Welcome to a beautiful night from Fenway Park as we get ready for Game 1 of a 3-game weekend series between the Yankees and the Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, the Red Sox return home after a lengthy road trip, 10 games. The Red Sox went 4-6 on the trip, and tonight they take on their rival. The New York Yankees are in town to begin a 3-game series. The Yankees starting to make some noise, and of course tonight have the chance to take on the Red Sox head-to-head as we check out the American League East standings. The Red Sox have a 2-game lead over Tampa Bay, a 5.5-game lead over the O's, an 8.5-game lead over the Yankees, and of course the Yankees are 6 games back in the wild card chase. We welcome in Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley and Eck tonight. We see a different-looking Yankee team. They're getting a lot of guys back, and Alfonso Soriano has been on fire.
You know, the thing is, the Chicago Cubs have been trying to get rid of Soriano for quite some time, and the Yankees sort of just fell into this. I don't think they knew exactly what they were getting. They knew he had some power, but he's up in there in age, and you see what he did the last series against the Angels. Absolutely incredible, the numbers, when you think about it. 4 home runs, 14 RBIs, 10 hits the last 3 games, and this is a guy that's got 396 career home runs. So this guy is the real deal. You just don't know how much he had left, but this is a huge lift for the Yankees.
Big series for the New York Yankees, perhaps more so than the Red Sox. Tonight, the Red Sox will send Felix Dubron to the hill. Dubron's always done very well against the Yankees. Comes in with a 3-1, 2.36 earned run average lifetime against New York. We're back with more from Fenway right after this. The Red Sox and the Yankees. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo. Well, there's always a different buzz here at Fenway Park when the Yankees are here, and no doubt the loudest boos go to Alex Rodriguez. And tonight, they may be a little bit louder. With more, here's Jenny Dell.
Well, Don, you're hearing it from fans and players alike. Everyone has their own opinion on the Alex Rodriguez situation, but earlier manager John Farrell said he has every right to appeal this process at this time, and it's a process that he's going through that's well within those rights. He said being on the field is out of our hands until completely proven guilty. This is what we're dealing with. And Yankees manager Joe Girardi said he's confident that this team isn't distracted by this ongoing chaos here with Alex Rodriguez.
All right, Jenny, should be interesting this weekend. The Red Sox and the Yankees, and Andy Pettitte will make his 40th career start against the Red Sox, 19-12 lifetime. We're back with the first pitch for Fenway right after this. Dunkin' Donuts. The all-new 2014 GMC Sierra. Reebok Spartan Race Run at Fenway Park, November 16th. Toyota's official site for deals by Toyota.com. Sony Xperia Z exclusively at T-Mobile now. Sullivan Tire. And by Southwest Airlines. Welcome back to Fenway Park as the Red Sox and Yankees begin this three-game series. Perfect weather here tonight at Fenway. Blue skies above. The lights are on as the Yankees come to town. And, of course, led by Alex Rodriguez. And the boos were just as loud as we thought they might be as he was out there stretching prior to the game. He hasn't been introduced yet. They've already started booing him tonight.
There he is, front and center. I mean, he is not shy. This guy got all the attention, whether good, bad, or whatever. It's been an awful, ugly situation, and it's not going away. He's not leaving. This is going to be happening till the end of the season. And the Yankees been playing pretty good lately. Their offense was so bad before Alex got here, but it's not about Alex. It's about Soriano. That's what's been happening recently.
And, of course, they get Curtis Granderson back. Joe Girardi couldn't get some of those guys back quick enough. It's amazing what they were able to do in the absence of a lot of their regulars. They're still without Derek Jeter at the moment. But Alfonso Soriano back where it all started as a member of the Yankees. And it's like he never left in some ways, and even better now the way he's been playing lately.
You forget this guy playing second base for the Yankees.
Yes.
That was a long, long time ago. He was like a 40-40 guy at one time. Went to Texas for A-Rod, right?
Yes.
Went up to Washington, hit 40 home runs up there, and then a free agent. And the Cubs gave him a ton of money. And it's sort of been quiet ever since then because the Cubs' lack of success the last few years.
Well, everybody kind of wondering what some teams would do with the waiver wire, and here's one of the answers. Mark Reynolds, who had such a big year last year with the Orioles, Yankees picking him up.
You know, we could have had him. You know, You think about it, we're worried about our right-handed power, but to me, there's too many swings and misses, and the Yankees take flyers on everybody, and it doesn't surprise me they took one on him.
Well, the Red Sox have taken the field, so let's check out tonight's New York Yankees starting nine as Brett Gardner will lead it off as center fielder for the Yankees. Eduardo Nunez at shortstop bats second. Robinson Cano at second base bats third with Alfonso Soriano in left field. Alex Rodriguez at third base with Vernon Wells, the DH. Ichiro Suzuki batting out of the seventh spot in right field. Mark Reynolds, we just talked about, picked up by the Yankees, is at first base. He bats eighth with Chris Stewart doing the catching. He bats ninth. Now let's take a look at the season numbers for Felix Doubront. It is brought to you by FW Webb. Dubront's 23rd appearance, 22nd start. He is 8-5 with a 3.66 earned run average, 115 strikeouts to 55 walks, and opponents hitting at .257 against Doubront. Terrific numbers in his career against New York. The Red Sox defense is brought to you on NESN by Southwest Airlines. Third to first, Middlebrooks, Drew, Pedroia, and Napoli. Left to right in the outfield for Boston, Gomes, Ellsbury, and Victorino. The battery tonight has Jared Saltalamacchia catching Felix Doubront. Red Sox ninth in the American League in fielding percentage. Umpiring crew tonight, Bill Welke has a play calling the balls and strikes with Adrian Johnson at first base, Brian O'Neill at second base, and Phildon Culbreth is the umpire at third. Tonight's game is available in Spanish by pushing the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game. The sun shining through on the left field side into right field as we start tonight at 78 degrees. Breeze out to right field at 6 miles per hour. And the forecast partly cloudy for the remainder of the evening, but a very comfortable 78 degrees here tonight. And Felix Doubront and the Red Sox return home after a 10-game road trip in which the Red Sox went 4-6. They probably could have done a little bit better in that stretch against some of those teams they just faced.
In the same way, you could say a little bit worse because in Houston, if it didn't happen, some late inning heroics by Stephen Drew, that would have been a different series.
Yeah, here is Brett Gardner to get it started here for the Yankees. As he hits at .271, 8 homers, and 39 runs batted in. Gardner, Nunez, and Cano to bat here in the first inning. Doubront trying to go deeper into the game tonight. Last time out, just a 4-inning effort at Kansas City through 98 pitches. First pitch of the ball game is going to miss for ball one. Gardner showing bunt.
Well, you know, Doubront feels comfortable facing the Yankees. It's probably one of his favorite teams to pitched to earlier in his career. 3-1 with a little over 2 ERA.
This is on the ground and into right field, a base hit. Out of the reach of Pedroia to his left. And Brett Gardner is aboard. Never a good thing. He's got lots of speed.
So he gets on this fastball. He's looking fastball. He gets something he can pull. And this little guy's got some pop.
Eight home runs on the year for Gardner, as he has 27 attempts on the year, 20 steals in those 27 attempts. Held on by Mike Napoli at first base as Eduardo Nunez stands in. Back to the bag at first is Gardner. Now the Yankees played day baseball yesterday, so they were in relatively early last night as the Red Sox came in from Toronto after wrapping up the series with a night game last night, getting here early this morning. Just outside for a ball to Eduardo Nunez.
You know, DuBront was on that streak for the longest time, 3 runs or less, earned runs or less. Last time out, he only gave up 3 runs, but in 4 innings. And that scary part of it is back to that almost 100 pitches in 4 innings. You know, it's always there, looming.
Bunt bid, and it is by the mound as DuBront will flip underhanded in time, able to get Nunez. That's Gardner to second base.
Well, you see this play here. This could have been trouble. This is a nice play by DuBront to get to this ball and barehand it and flip it. And like we saw in the Toronto series with Lester barehanding it and throwing it down the line, an ugly play could be turned out after that.
So Gardner takes second base with 1 out of the inning, and Robinson Cano the batter. Well, the Yankees had so many injuries to their regulars. He was really the one consistent throughout the year, hitting at .300, 22 homers, 75 runs batted in. Pitch inside for ball 1. So the sacrifice bunt getting Gardner to second base and in scoring position. Yankees trying to jump on top here in the first inning. In there for a strike, 1-1.
You know, there's nobody really in this lineup that's had any success against DuBront, you know, including Cano. 1 for 16 coming in here.
Yeah, for whatever reason, DuBront has been very comfortable against the New York Yankees. The record and the number back that up. And of course, it started a couple of years ago in spring training. He had 8 shutout innings in a game in Tampa against the Yankees regulars, and it was the year he made the team out of spring training. Just carried it into the regular season as he misses for ball 2.
It's kind of weird. He's matched up with Andy Pettitte again. I think they pitch a little alike. The first time I saw DuBront pitch, I was thinking, who does he remind me of? And I thought of Pettitte. And when they're matched up against each other, you can almost see, you know, the likeness of the same windup, the same delivery.
Taken off for third is Gardner. The pitch is outside, no throw, and he steals it easily. Moves with a head first dive and is to third base with 1 down.
You know, that's been a problem for the Red Sox. Throwing base runners out probably has, obviously this play has a lot to do with DuBront not even looking. This is no chance. You go to sleep out there with a guy on second base. Third base is easy to steal.
So Gardner 90 feet away with 1 down, and Robinson Cano ahead in the count, 3-1. Fouled off to the left. We have seen different stretches for DeBron. Now, the bulk of his career, sort of the way you were describing it, that 5 innings, 100-pitch type guy, seems to get there every time. But he had a stretch where he wasn't doing that for a little bit this year. It seemed like he was going after guys more, and something changed. He was working quicker, a better pace. What did you see that was different?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's never been about velocity with him. It's just been about him not trying to nibble, not trying to hit the outside corner. Perfect. He's trying to paint too much more than anything else. He's got too good of stuff to try to paint.
Inside for ball 4, and Cano down to first base. First walk given up by DeBron. First and third, and Alfonso Soriano batting in the cleanup spot for the Yankees, and why not with what he has done for New York since rejoining the Yankees.
This is a guy that will swing and miss, but they've been hitting his bat a lot recently. You can't be any hotter than this guy. His series against the Angels, the last 3 games, 10 hits, 4 dongs. I mean, my goodness, 14 RBIs.
It's amazing to think that the last time he was in a Yankees uniform was 2003. And here he is back with the Yankees in 2013. Time with the Rangers for 2 seasons, the Nationals a year, and Cubs since 07. There's a diving shortstop, Drew, who will have no play, and a run scores. Drop the baseball on the transfer. The Yankees take a 1-0 lead. And we're about to hear the introduction of Alex Rodriguez. Feeling it was going to be something like that.
Does not get any louder than that. I mean, this Fenway Park is not the loudest place, but that's as loud as you can go about any player I have ever seen, ever, in Fenway Park.
2 on, 1 out, a run in for the Yankees, and a pitch outside for ball 1.
It's almost like, let's get this over with. Everybody wants to see him, always wanted to see him fail, but they want to see him fail more than ever. And I think all over the league, I don't see how anybody feels right about what is happening here.
Strike over the outside corner is cheered. 1-1.
But he's not going away, and here he is.
What are your thoughts about him taking advantage of this situation, the fact there is an appeal process in place, and that he continues to play?
I think he has his rights, okay? Hooray for rights. To me, I wish he would disappear, but that's not going to happen.
Up high for ball 2, 2-1.
Ultimately, it's the ultimate selfishness and greed. This is what this is all about. I don't think it's a matter of him saying, I didn't do anything wrong. I think he just doesn't want to get that long of a penalty, period. And the players can't be happy with him, but they're trying to win.
There's strike 2, 2-2. And so many players have been so outspoken across the league as he continues to play. Not only the fans, but players, part of the same players union.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're not seeing the same way the union backing the players as they once did. That has totally changed, which I think is for the good.
2-2. Line to third for an out. They'll double him up at second base and end the inning. The Yankees get a run. A-Rod lining into a deep lead. Well, Alex Rodriguez lining into the double play that ends the top of the first inning. Yankees strike first, take a 1-0 lead. And for the Yankees tonight on the mound, it's Andy Pettitte. And his season numbers are brought to you by Nissan. His 22nd start, 7-9, with a 4.62 earned run average, 87 strikeouts, 33 walks. Well, it's sitting at 297 against Pettitte. And amazing, this is 40th start against the Red Sox.
Going after win number 20 against the Red Sox.
Jacoby Ellsbury leading it off for Boston in the bottom of the first inning, and the foul off to the left out of play.
You know, this is not the same Andy Pettitte. I mean, obviously the guy's 41 years old. It comes to an end sooner or later, and I'd be shocked if he played next year. This is a year 7-9, never been under 500 his whole career. He came back. He's gotten 252 wins. So I wondered, why did he come back? You know, why would you go? I know he's such a competitor, but there was that 250 out there dangling, and I'd be shocked once again if he's back next year.
His numbers against the Red Sox that you mentioned, the 1-1 is going to be inside, 2-1.
He's had 8 starts in a row where he's given up 1 run or more in the first inning. 8 in a row. I mean, that's hard to do. Talk about bad first innings. He's on a roll.
Red Sox would like to add to that as Ellsbury fouls it off at the dish, 2-2. That's tough to pitch when you're down 1-0 or more in the first inning.
Well, I tell you what, if you pitch long enough, you'll do everything. Obviously, he's never done that before.
It's been a struggle at times this year for CC Sabathia and this Yankees team starting the night 62-58, 4 games over 500. Ellsbury grounds one right side. Reynolds will take it himself to the bag for the first out of the bottom of the first. Well, let's check out the Red Sox starting 9. It's brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Jacoby Ellsbury in center field. Shane Victorino in right with Dustin Pedroia at second base. David Ortiz a DH in the cleanup spot with Johnny Gomes in left. Steven Drew at shortstop bat 6th. Mike Napoli at first base with Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching. And Will Middlebrooks back at third base, bats 9th. A lot of the Red Sox have very good numbers. We highlighted Johnny Gomes there, but there are many Red Sox in this lineup who have done well against Pettitte.
Yeah, absolutely. The only guy not hitting him well is Pedroia, and you would think just the opposite, but that's about it.
Shane Victorino takes ball 1 from Andy Pettitte. He was 8 for 43 on the road trip and a very tough series against Toronto, going 1 for 14. Lifts a fly ball out to right center field. Ichiro Suzuki calling and catching out number 2. Let's check out the Yankees defensively. It's brought to you by Verizon. Alex Rodriguez, Eduardo Nunez, Robinson Cano, and Mark Reynolds third to first, left to right of the outfield. Alfonso Soriano, Brett Gardner, and Ichiro Suzuki in his 10 Gold Gloves in right field. Chris Stewart does the catching for the veteran Andy Pettitte. Yankees defense been very good. They're third in the American League in fielding percentage. 2 down here in the first inning for Dustin Pedroia.
Andy Pettitte's got to be a little finer to right-handed hitters now. We know he's patented that cutter. You think about Andy Pettitte, you think about a cutter. You just get old. You see velocity not all that bad, 91 miles an hour. Pretty good for Andy. He's just got to be careful with his breaking stuff. He's got to keep it down.
Drop foul by Pedroia, and it's 1-2.
He's just going to be glad to get out of this first inning after 8 in a row giving up a run, right?
It's a bad pattern that is developing if you're Andy Pettitte. Defensive swing fouled off by Pedroia. When you think about the importance of this series for the Yankees coming in, They are 8.5 games back of the Red Sox and a chance here to go head-to-head with a team that's on top of the division.
Oh, they're feeling good. I'm telling you, they're feeling as good as they've ever felt. You know, it's been about pitching for them. That's what got them to this point. And all of a sudden, they're starting to swing the bat, and they think, hey, we can make a move here. But, you know, this series is much more important to the Yankees than it is to the Red Sox. But, you know, they obviously cannot get swept. And so their hopes are done, if you think about it. Tomorrow, this guy is probably one of the best pitchers in the American League. He has got it going on.
11-7 on the year, the nifty 2.33 earned run average. Hiroki Kuroda. 1-2 pitch may have gone. They check he did. Adrian Johnson, first base umpire, rings him up. Dustin is not buying it. It's a 1-2-3 first inning, a 1-0 Yankees lead. Foundation. Nice night to be on the monster seats as Dustin Pedroia strikes out swinging to end the inning, according to Adrian Johnson.
Well, you know, Pedroia usually knows if he swung or not, and that sort of can go either way. Ball in the dirt. I couldn't go say either way. You know, it's not enough to get kicked out over.
Adrian Johnson, first base umpire, ringing him up to end the inning. The Yankees will have 6, 7, and 8 featured here in the second inning. Vernon Wells, Ichiro Suzuki, and Mark Reynolds. Wells a big part of the Yankees' success in the first half of the season. And it kind of rejuvenated his career a bit after really a tough stint in Anaheim with the Angels. Comes to New York and is part of keeping this team above water, really, with all the injuries they had. Saltalamacchia going as far as he can, but he'll have no play.
You know, Wells started off so hot. It's like, oh my goodness, how did they find this guy making $20 million? The Anaheim just trying to, the Angels just trying to get rid of him. Yankees took him. Just a matter of time before it caught up with him. But at the same time, he's not a bad guy to have off the bench against left-handed pitching. The guy can go, still can go bridge.
1-1 pitch down and in, and it is 2-1 to Vernon Wells. Was acquired by the Yankees along with cash considerations back on March 26th, right at the end of spring training. His big years, of course, spent with the Toronto Blue Jays, 1999 through 2010. Parts of 2 seasons with the Angels, and this year with the Yankees. That is ball 4, and that's the second walk given up by Dubron. But send it down to Jenny Dell.
Well, Don, clearly there is so much history between these two teams, the Red Sox and the Yankees, and it's always tough to see one of your favorite players kind of go to the other side. So for our AT&T text poll question of the night, we'd like to ask the fans at home, who is their favorite former Red Sox player turned Yankee player of all time? So text your vote to 536-536. Select A for Wade Boggs, B for Roger Clemens, C for Johnny Damon, and D for Babe Ruth. Data and message rates may apply. We're going to track these results all game long and through the postgame. We're going to give the final results later on NESN Sports Today. Don?
All right, Jenny, thank you very much. Ichiro flies to center. Ellsbury is there to make the catch. The first out of the second inning.
Thank you very much for the out right there. You think about Dubron, he got out of the first inning with a line drive by A-Rod, turned into a double play. Starts it off with a walk and then a first pitch out. Beautiful thing.
One down here in the inning with Wells at first. Here's Mark Reynolds. His numbers with the Cleveland Indians, hitting at .215, 15 homers, 48 runs batted in. He's placed on waivers, and the Yankees selected him as he takes strike 1.
Boy, he had 12 home runs and 40 RBIs in a heartbeat this year. And I was going, boy, Cleveland found this guy. How did he do that? Everything was going good, and he can't sniff it since.
He's a guy that has struck out a lot, but
to say the least.
Putting it mildly. But can go deep and was a very big part of last year's Baltimore Orioles sensational season.
Yeah, and he hit so many home runs against the Yankees. They saw that he went off against the Yankees. You find your way to a team that you've had so much success against.
Fouls it back, still down 0-2.
I remember a game in, I don't want to remember 2011, but in that downfall against the Orioles, he hit 2 2-run shots off of Josh Beckett, hanging hooks into the monster that cost them one big game in the last couple weeks of the season.
0-2 pitch fouled off to the right, out of play. And speaking of the Orioles, a team that he was on, of course, last year, they are 5.5 games back of the Red Sox heading into tonight's action, and they have lost 3 games in a row heading into tonight's play. I guess the question was early on in the year, are they for real? Was last year for real? Or did it just line up well for them last season? This is a drive to deep left field. Back goes Gomes, looking up, and it is gone. Into the monster seats, Mark Reynolds hits a 2-run home run and puts the Yankees on top 3-0. He can strike out a lot, but he also can do that.
Dubron's thrown a couple of ugly changeups, and that's one of them. And that's what happens when you throw an ugly changeup. Ball's middle, out over. And this is the kind of pop that he has. He doesn't even get all this thing, but it's good enough to get out.
So a 2-run shot has the Yankees on top here 3-0 in the second inning. Brings up their catcher Chris Stewart. He'll take strike 1. .224, 3 homers, 18 runs batted in for Stewart. That's a fly ball out to right field. Shane Victorino moves over and back astride and puts it away for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs, bases empty, thanks to the 2-run home run by Mark Reynolds.
It's got to make him feel good. Huh?
Just got here.
Got here. Let me go bridge. Everybody's going to be loving me for a couple of days.
And for him to feel a part of it right away.
Right away. It's important.
30th pitch for DuBront, and it'll miss for ball 1.
You know, and you think about him, he's got that Fenway stroke, right? I mean, he doesn't hit line drive home runs. He lifts everything. But I just couldn't live with the punch outs. Couldn't do it. Look what we're having with Napoli, where everybody's going crazy.
In there for a strike, 1-1.
You can't afford to have more than one guy in your lineup like that. Imagine Adam Dunn, and then you think about Reynolds. And Napoli in your lineup. You'd have 600 punch outs.
In there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Reynolds played 26 games at Fenway, has 7 home runs here in his time at Fenway Park as a visitor. Up over the mound, Pedroia on the backhand, off balance throw, and it's going to be there in time. Able to get the speedy Brett Gardner, but a 2-run home run for Reynolds as the Yankees on top 3-0. Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon presented by Arbella Insurance Foundation. Arbella Insurance Foundation, here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. 3-0. The Yankees have the lead over the Red Sox here as Boston comes to bat in the bottom of the 2nd inning. David Ortiz, Johnny Gomes, and Stephen Drew to bat in the inning. Swinging a foul for David Ortiz.
Talk about a foul last night. David Ortiz got a hanging hook from Jansen, didn't he? And fouled it.
Missed it.
Just missed it.
Yeah.
And then how about the home run he hit the night before? That was one of the hardest, quickest home runs I have ever seen.
Line drive.
I mean, rocket.
Ortiz takes strike 2, and it's 0-2. No shift here put on by the Yankees, although they do send Cano into short right field as he ducks back a few steps. This will bounce in for ball 1. Andy Pettit mentioned the first inning troubles he's had lately, not tonight. Tired the side in order on 13 pitches. Ortiz has enjoyed great success against Andy Pettit in his career. Maybe gets a late timeout call as Pettit just continues to peer in.
How about that glove, man? That's what you remember from him, peering in over
right
that
there.
glove, huh?
Yep.
That's him. Take a picture of that.
He has not moved since David got out of the box. zips one inside, and it is 2-2. 91 miles an hour.
He's feeling pretty good tonight, Andy.
In the air to left field. Alfonso Soriano makes his way in and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Well, our thanks go out to Jim Holtzman, CEO of Ace Ticket, one of NESN's sponsors, who earlier presented a check to the Red Sox Foundation for $50,000 as part of Ace Ticket's Ace Embrace program. We would like to thank Jim and Ace Ticket for their commitment to the Red Sox Foundation and ask you to please visit aceticket.com or call 1-800-MySeats for special savings on all Red Sox games. One down here in the bottom of the second inning. 4 in a row retired by Andy Pettitte. And here is Johnny Gomes. Gomes takes strike one.
Gomes got a changeup from Andy Pettitte the first game after the All-Star break. Crushed that ball, hit it over the monster. He's got 2 home runs off of Andy lifetime. This is the guy that you would think just wear out left-handed pitching.
First pitch strikes to 4 the first 5 batters. This one is a pop-up. And back goes Cano, 2 down. Well, good fastball, 91 miles an hour. Appears to have good life so far for Andy Pettitte.
Got away with a high breaking ball to Ortiz that he flew out to Soriano. And then he got into Gomes' kitchen right there.
2 down here in the second inning. 5 in a row retired by Pettitte. Here's Stephen Drew. 248, 9 homers, 46 runs batted in.
That's a hard 248. You know, when some guys get hot sometimes they flare balls in, this and that. I think everything he's hit has been hard.
They take away really the beginning of the year where he was really having spring training after returning from the concussion. He's had a terrific August, hitting at 346. He's fresh off a 12-game hitting streak that came to an end on the last trip, and ground ball diving is Cano. Picks himself up and throws out Stephen Drew. Andy Pettitte getting some help from his friends behind him. It's 3-0 New York. Current 3-game set against the Yankees is the only 3 home games during a 19-game home stretch from August 5th to the 25th. The Red Sox travel to San Francisco and Los Angeles next week for interleague play. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea is the refreshing hard iced tea. It tastes like real iced tea, be a little twisted. That's amazing, Ed. 19-game stretch, and the Red Sox are here for 3.
You know something I was going to ask you, is this one of the toughest stretches that you've ever had, this 11 games, and then getting home late last night, and then a little quickie here and gone again West Coast? Nothing like it, is it?
I would have to say this is pretty long, because not only do you have the beginning of it, starting in Houston, going to Kansas City, then Toronto. I got home last night at 4:30, 4:45, and then you're here for quickly the 2 days, and then we are traveling out to San Francisco. Now you go to the West Coast.
Well, at least you get a couple of days off.
Right.
I'm not complaining,
Yeah.
But I'm going to try to go to the West Coast with you. I'm going to just.
You are going to the West Coast.
Going to the West Coast.
Say it to yourself again. You are going to the West Coast.
You were surprised I said yes, aren't you?
Well,
but it's not such a bad thing, the Bay Area.
Yes.
My mom's out there.
Family there.
Yeah, absolutely.
This one is grounded foul, and of course the Red Sox will be heading to AT&T Park to get ready to take on the San Francisco Giants beginning on Monday. Of course, as we mentioned, Fox will be here tomorrow, ESPN Sunday night, then to San Francisco, and then the Dodgers. And the Red Sox taking on a Dodgers team over next weekend that all of a sudden playing very good baseball, and all of a sudden they've got a 7.5 game lead atop the NL West.
Very good baseball. It's sick baseball.
Up the middle, Dubron may have gotten a bare hand on that, as Pedroia's throw will be late, and reaching is Eduardo Nunez. Not sure if that got a piece of Dubron on the way by. He threw the bare hand out.
I don't know if this ball would have made it all the way up the middle for a base hit, but Dubron gets in the way of this thing. His little bare hand slows it down, and Pedroia, who makes all the plays, cannot make that one. Nunez got pretty good speed. It's as good as you can make a play right there.
Lead runner on here in the 3rd inning for the Yankees for the 3rd straight inning. And it brings up Robinson Cano. Walked in the 1st inning. One of 2 walks given up by Felix Dubron. Good size lead at first base for Nunez. It does not go on a pitch in the dirt, and sprawling to his left is Jared Saltalamacchia.
I'll tell you what, Dubron's got bad rhythm to begin with. He's going to slow this game down a little bit, trying to control this running game. This breaking ball is not even close.
You watch a guy last night like Mark Burley, who works so quickly.
He never shakes.
No, just go.
It's brainless.
Here we go.
It's truly brainless. Just whatever you say, I'm throwing.
1-0 is on the ground. Could be 2. Drew, no. He would bobble, and his throw to second's late. Everybody's safe. So Nunez to second, Cano at first with nobody out.
Absolute shocker. I mean, that is shocking when Drew makes a mistake. This is a double play ball. Easy play for him. That ball didn't come up or anything. He just does not make the play. Almost gets away with a force out, but he's safe because Nunez can run.
So the air charge to Drew. First and second, nobody out. Alfonso Soriano singled, got credit for an RBI, his 23rd with the Yankees. Kind of the wrong guy to be having coming up right now in this situation. He has been hot. Inside for ball 1.
Well, you make a pitch, you think you got a double play ball. Now you are in serious trouble.
Time call very late, and Dubron follows through.
Well, I can't blame him for looking twice to third because Earlier, Gardner stole third because he didn't pay attention to him. You know, a couple of double takes, and finally, that's just too much time. He's having trouble with his changeup, so I don't think that's coming. He's going to have to try to paint somewhere down and away.
Swing and a miss. Went to the change that time.
You got to have it. You can't give up on it, I guess. Especially when a guy is hitterish. This guy likes to swing the bat. You can't throw him strikes.
Soriano originally signed by the Yankees as a non-drafted free agent in 1998. Played his first 5 major league seasons in New York. Bluffs to second, and they may get him, and no, just back is Nunez. They had him picked off, but Nunez just gets the hand in.
You see Dubron's eyes just light up when he turns around and says, oh my goodness, I got a shot at him. If he throws that ball directly there was a little pause there, just a little bit. Throw not on the inside part of the bag. If that throw is on the money, he's out.
Two on, nobody out, and another check as Nunez diving back. No throw this time. Soriano hits one high and deep to left center field. And that is gone. Into the monster seats. A 3-run home run that will put the Yankees on top 6-0. The second home run relinquished by Felix Dubron on the night.
Oh my goodness. I mean, this is when hot was hot. 3-run bomb, his 8th home run since he's come over to the Yankees. Fastball down. Right-handed hitter down. He lifts this ball and see ya. I mean, that's some kind of power right there. No doubter. So much for fastballs down.
Clears the bases, and Alex Rodriguez gets his second at bat of the night. Fouls it off to the right out of play.
Boy, that double play ball just looms large this inning. Whew. That guy is on fire. 25 RBIs in his 19th game with the Yankees.
The last series with the Angels, at one point in the series, he was 7 for 8 with 13 RBIs.
Right, so now he has 14 RBIs in that series and 3 more. 17 RBIs in the last 4 games.
He's got 4 tonight because of the ground ball base hit.
18 RBIs.
Yeah.
That's sick. that's branch work.
The Cubs are going, who is this guy?
Right.
Where was this guy?
I mean, you talk about a pickup, right?
Well, sometimes you go to a different team, a change of scenery, and
I thought that Cashman didn't even want him. Right? I mean, I don't even know what they paid for him. I wish I knew, because he was making a zillion, and the Cubs were dying to get rid of him.
1-2 pitches through the right side. Alex Rodriguez has a base hit.
A-Rod's got 2 line drives tonight. Double play ball in the first inning, and he goes the other way. Looks like he's swinging the bat decent. Another fastball down. Dubron just doesn't have it. You know, you can't get away with fastballs down. You're in trouble.
They run at first base. Nobody out. Here is Vernon Wells. He walked and scored in the second inning. In there for a strike, and it's 0-1.
You know, they've completely taken the curveball out of their minds, because he hasn't thrown any curveballs for the most part. He's had the changeups that he got, you know, a couple of them got hit hard, and then you see the fastball down. That ball, I'll tell you, whew.
This one fouled back, and it's 0-2. Another look at that Soriano home run.
You don't see very many right-handed hitters swing like this. Ball down, extension, back leg, and he just knows it. And now he can just style as long as he wants.
Inside, and Wells almost got hit. One gets away, and to second base goes Rodriguez.
And there's that curveball that he has absolutely no feel for tonight. When you miss so badly with it, just spikes this ball way in front of the plate. No chance for Salty.
Wild pitch getting Alex Rodriguez to second base. One-two pitch. And a swing and a miss. Comes back to strike out Wells. This is the first strikeout of the night for Felix Dubron.
After spiking that break ball, he comes back with a really good changeup. The perfect spot down and away. A little bit late. One hitter late. Couple hitters late. But this is a good changeup. It was downward action.
One down, Rodriguez at second base. Here's Ichiro. Flight out to the center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury, in the second inning. There's strike one.
Well, I guess you're due for a bad one. You think about how many consecutive starts. I know the last one wasn't all that good, but he was on a roll for a long, long time. You know, it's just, you're bound to have a bad one.
Ichiro slapping at it, fouling it off to the left, 0-2. Well, these aerial views are brought to you by Hood, the official dairy of the Boston Red Sox. Follow the Hood Blimp on Facebook and Twitter at Hood Blimp. Well, the Yankees, in a one-sided affair right now, have a 6-0 advantage over the Red Sox here in game one of this three-game series from Fenway Park. Don Orsillo and Dennis Eckersley along with Jenny Dell. Ball, 2 strikes and 1 out here to Ichiro Suzuki with Alex Rodriguez at second base doing some dancing out there. Braun gives him a look. There's a grounder by the mound softly towards Pedroia. His throw is just in time for the second out as A-Rod takes third, and that was close at first. 2 down.
You got to throw a flag on that one, don't you? We're going to see a lot of that next year. Once again, he's got to charge this ball. Been doing this all night long. He looks safe to me.
Almost pulled him off the bag on the throw.
Didn't he? I don't know. Ichiro getting down the line. He throws the ball inside part of the bag. He's off the bag, Napoli.
Looked like he was going to tag him like the swipe tag on the way by.
Kind of surprised he called him out when he looked back. I think he thought he was safe too.
So 2 down, and Alex Rodriguez at third base. Mark Reynolds with a 2-run home run in the second inning. Joins the Yankees and immediately contributes as a pitch for a swing and a miss.
You know, Dubron, if you think about it, look at the stats. He had only given up 3 home runs over the last 78 innings. I mean, that's what he's been doing well, keeping the ball in the ballpark. And tonight he gave up 2 bombs. I mean, it's inevitable. You go out there enough, you're going to give it up.
2-run shot by Reynolds, a 3-run shot by Soriano. Pitch up high, and it's 1-1. This is not the way the Red Sox wanted to start this 3-game series against New York. With a swing and a miss, 1-2. Foul tipped.
There's a good curveball down in the zone. These are guys you don't want to throw strikes to because they're hacking, trying to lift. But these Yankees, they think they got a sniff. I mean, they do. They're playing pretty good. Their offense is totally different. Pitching has kept them there all year long.
Now outside. Reynolds doesn't chase. 2-2. You have a chance to make up ground here head to head, and they're trying to take advantage of that opportunity this weekend.
10 days ago, I thought they were done. No chance. You just can never say never with this Yankee team.
Fouled off to the right. Still 2-2. Well, the Yankees are 6 games out in the wild card scenario.
Seems impossible, doesn't it? There's too many teams ahead of them. But they got to go on one of those 18-3 pieces or whatever the Tampa did the month of July, and they'll get back in it. But that's what they're going to have to do.
2-2 misses. Full count. Looks like a Curtis Granderson back. He's not in the lineup tonight with DeBron on the mound, and there's Chris Stewart, the catcher, waiting on deck. 2 down here in the 3rd inning. And a swing and a miss. Reynolds strikes out to end the inning, but the damage done. Soriano's 3-run shot. New York on top 6-0. Chance to win Red Sox prizes of a lifetime, courtesy of your New England Ford dealers. Alfonso Soriano's 3-run home run gives the Yankees a 6-0 advantage into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Andy Pettitte has retired the first 6 Red Sox he has faced in the game. Bottom 3rd of the Red Sox order: Napoli, Saltalamacchia, and Middlebrooks. There's strike 1 from Pettitte, who had a lengthy wait, but it's the first one over for strike 1. Napoli dropped down in the order to 7th. And last night off. Check of first didn't go, says Adrian Johnson.
Red Sox waiting for Napoli to get hot again. You know, he's had a lot of opportunities.
Fly ball to shallow center. Out goes Cano, and Gardner coming in. It's Cano over the shoulder. Makes the catch, the second baseman, well out into center field.
Look where he ends up. You look at this. This is a great play. You got to think about guys are coming down on you. He focuses and makes a basket catch. This is the second baseman out in left center field. Where was Nunez? Nunez was playing Napoli to pull is what he was.
One down, 7 in a row retired by Pettit. And Jared Saltalamacchia, the batter. 267, 10 homers and 44 runs batted in. He'll take strike one. Set safely in 12 of his last 14 games. And a grounder left side. Nunez a deep short. 2 down in the inning. Well, it's Sunday's all-new Ultimate Red Sox show presented by AAA. Former Sox pitcher Bill Monbouquet thanks the Jimmy Fund for helping him battle cancer. Learn more from Ryan Dempster about the Power of Two initiative. And Jenny highlights the playing career of pitching coach Juan Nieves. Catch all that and more on the Ultimate Red Sox show Sunday at noon. Well, beautiful night here at Fenway Park tonight for game one of the 3-game series. But so far, fans not enjoying the game so far. Welcome back to Will Middlebrooks. His return to Fenway Park, rejoin the Red Sox on the road.
Been gone a long time. If you're thinking about one guy in the lineup that you thought you were going to get more from, this is the guy. This is who you thought your number 5 hitter was going to be.
Grounds it up the middle and under the glove of Nunez. Base hit for Will Middlebrooks. Yeah, you figured he'd be right in the middle of the order. You know, you saw what he did last year, and you think of a guy like Evan Longoria type. Maybe,
right.
You know, and you got him right in the middle, but it didn't work out. Spent so much of the year with Pawtucket, but he's back now.
Well, he's loving this because this is a 5 hopper up the middle. Nunez can't get to this. And this goes, Andy's thinking that's an out right off the bat. He said, how many hops does it go? Give up a bullet and the guy stand there, everything's cool, but you give up a weak ground ball and you turn around and it's a base hit, it bothers you.
It appeared to bother Andy Pettit.
He looked mad. Like he looked like BB right there.
Kobe Ellsbury takes a pitch up high for ball 1. Second time through now for the Red Sox against Andy Pettit. They try to chip away at a 6-run deficit. Middlebrooks at first base with 2 down. Ellsbury fouls it off, and it's 1-1. You mentioned Jake Peavy. It's very different watching him pitch. I mean, he is,
especially in a stadium that's quiet, right?
Yes,
and he throws a pitch for a ball that he wants to throw for a strike, and it's like, oh my goodness, it echoes through the whole stadium.
And we're very high in Toronto,
man.
And we could hear him very clearly.
I used to yell, not that loud.
1-1 pitch now. I know you didn't yell any
obscenities.
Oh no.
Shucks. What are you supposed to say? I don't know. Darn it.
Yeah. Gosh
darn it.
2-1 pitch. And it is good to see that kind of competitive nature, though.
It's in everybody, some more than others. But, it's an emotional thing. Some guys just can't hold it back. Some guys are just cool. They don't react. I was never like that. I just was ridiculous. Calm down. It's a long game.
Did you get better at that over the years?
A little.
A veteran?
But then I only had to pitch 1 inning at the end, right?
(3-1) to Ellsbury. And it's on the ground at first. Picked on the backhand by Reynolds. He'll tag the bag. Inning over. We are through 3. It's 6-0 New York. bank. You always put others first. Wouldn't it be nice if your bank did the same thing? With products that make life easier and a commitment to helping those in need, here you're first. Eastern Bank. A 6-0 Yankees lead as we head to the top of the 4th inning. 9-1-2 for New York. Chris Stewart, Brett Gardner, and Eduardo Nunez. And a grounder to short on the first pitch. Steven Drew's got it. And he throws out Chris Stewart. 1 down. LeBron could use an economical inning here and an effective inning at that as well.
Yes, he could. You know, it'd be nice to get 3 more innings in and give it to the bullpen. You don't feel so bad. But tonight he's been stung. A couple home runs, that kind of things that hasn't happened all that often to him over the last, like I said, 78 innings, only 3 home runs.
Brett Gardner 1 for 2 in the game already. Singled and scored in the first. Grounded out to second base in the second inning. Yankees were 5-2 in their last homestand before coming here to Fenway Park yesterday. Took 2 out of 3 from the Tigers and 3 out of 4 against the Yankees.
This is an offense, the Yankees, that you haven't seen in many, many, many years. Second from the last in hitting, home runs down. It was incredible that they even played that well the first half of the season. It really was. They could have been much worse.
They could have been totally
He's like
hurt.
manager of the year the first half of the season.
Someone fouled off to the left out of play. 2-2.
I mean, this has probably been one of the most difficult years for Girardi, and he's shown what kind of manager he really is.
I really think he became sort of a different manager after the championship, and I guess any manager would. Once you've got a championship under your belt, kind of takes care of some things. You can take a deep breath, relax, but it seemed like he relaxed in his role as manager of the New York Yankees once he got that out of the way.
I respect this guy so much. He is so cool. I'm telling you. How would you like to be him having to answer A-Rod stuff?
Oh.
I mean, that's how they ended the season last year, if you think about it. In the playoffs against Detroit, they were so bad. He was changing the lineup. He was taking guys out of the lineup. Granderson came out. A-Rod came out. A-Rod's throwing balls up in the stands to girls. Right? It was crazy.
Jeter gets hurt.
Jeter was hurt, right? Jeter went down.
Yes.
This guy has been an absolute pain. I mean, Joe, I'd really like to know what he thinks. We'll find out many days from now, probably years from now. Everybody writes a book sooner or later, right? Joe Torre did.
Swing and a miss, and Gardner strikes out. That's the 3rd strikeout for Dubron as the first 2 outs here of the 4th inning.
You see this high cutter that he gets away with. This is a high strike. Might have been a ball. Got away with it.
I'm still waiting for the Eck book. When is that coming out?
Never.
Everybody writes a book, though, you said.
Yeah, except
everybody.
Me. Except me.
You call it cheese? What would you call it?
I don't know. It's not happening. It would have already happened.
You're not going to do a book.
It would already happened by now, unless you give me a lot of beans.
Out to center field. Back goes Ellsbury at the wall. He leaps, and Ellsbury can't make the catch. And he is hurt, it appears, as it comes back in, but standing at third base is Nunez. He went hard into the wall. Looked like he got kind of trapped between him and the wall.
Well, you think he's all right, but for a second there, you thought he was hurt. The padding sort of helped. He goes for the leap. It's sort of an early leap, and he sort of whiffed the ball a little bit. Easier said than done. That is not an easy play, but that ball was in his sights. He just missed it. And I don't blame him. You know, you're talking about trying to catch that ball and instantly hit the wall.
It is ruled a triple. Eduardo Nunez stands at third base with 2 down. He kind of winced at the end of that. And
kind of just glad he's not hurt.
Yes.
I mean, you can have the triple.
He appears to be okay. So a 2-out triple here for Nunez. Robinson Cano trying to deliver. Yankees have scored in every inning so far. Now they have a base runner at third with 2 down. And it is into right field, a base hit. From third comes Nunez, and the Yankees extend their lead to 7-0.
You see 2 outs, nobody on. You think he's going to have an easy inning that we were talking about. And you see Nunez that runs into something off the center field fence. What a nice attempt by Ellsbury, but he can't make the catch. Just glad he's not hurt. But then you see a rocket. This is a bullet by Cano. RBI single. You can have an RBI there. That is a rocket.
Extends his hitting streak to 11 games. Third time he's been on base tonight. First time with the benefit of a base hit. He had walked in, reached on an error.
The Yankees are feeling real good right now. I wouldn't want to be on the mound after they've seen me a couple of times. I'm not really throwing all that well.
This is the third time Soriano has seen DeBron tonight. RBI single, a 3-run home run. He's already got 4 RBIs as he bats here in the 4th inning.
You know, it's funny when you're pitching and a guy takes a pitch, you throw a nasty pitch, change up down, or just like that last pitch, and they spit on it. It's like, oh my goodness, you know, it's like they're seeing it.
That can't be a good feeling.
It's not a good feeling when you're trying to identify swings, you know, how their approach is from pitch to pitch. And when guys can hit through this, fastball's down. I know it's got plate, but the ball is down, and it's not supposed to go that far.
Swing and a miss, and he strikes him out to end the inning. The Yankees get another run. They've scored in every inning, have a 7-0 lead. Eastern Bank. Put your family first, job first, even your team first. Isn't it time someone put you first? Eastern Bank does just that with products like Eastern Free Checking. Here, you're first. Eastern Bank. Last half of the 4th inning back at Fenway Park, 7-0. The Yankees on top, out hitting the Red Sox 8-1. Yankees have had plenty of offense, and Eddie Pettit has been very good on the mound so far for New York. There's strike one to Shane Victorino.
I don't care how old you are. You give me some runs to work with. Andy knows what to do with it. He's not going to walk anybody.
On the ground to short. Nunez has got it. Fires to first for the first out of the innings. Check back in with Jenny.
Well, I am lucky enough to be in the stands right now with Peter. He actually threw out the first pitch today, a former Gold Glove boxer and a Marine, and you were diagnosed with breast cancer at age 45. What was the initial reaction when you found out it was breast cancer?
What's that?
The initial reaction when you found out it was breast cancer?
You were shocked because you're a guy and it's a woman's disease, so you're shocked with any type of cancer. Then you find out it's breast cancer, so it was shock, really.
And we were just discussing the fact that over 2,000 men are diagnosed each year. What's your message to men out there to get that detection?
Right. For men and women both, if you find something wrong, like for me it was a lump in the breast, but nipple discharge, anything that's wrong, I mean, at least go get it checked out. Hopefully it's nothing, and it could be nothing. No matter what your age, it doesn't matter. I mean, younger, older. I mean, just go to a doctor, do the right thing, get it checked out, and just knowing that men could get breast cancer. I had no idea that they could, you know.
And it's Jimmy Fund Month here at Fenway Park, and you've gotten your treatments at Dana-Farber. How has your experience been with that?
Oh, Dana-Farber has been unbelievable. I always say I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. The confidence, the love, the support, I mean, just everything there, from the nurse, the doctors, to the secretaries, everybody there, really. It's they put the patient first, and you have a lot of confidence and let them do their job. It's so much better and really great.
Well, we have the Nesson WEI Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon coming up on the 27th and 28th, so fans can donate some money for that. Thank you very much for being our fan of the game.
All right, Jay, thanks very much. Well, Dustin Pedroia just kind of eats up Rodriguez at third base.
Hard line drive, one hop. He cannot glove it. Kind of gets his wrist a little bit, slows it down. You see, almost going into the dive. Doesn't know where it is. Nunez goes to chase it down, and Pedroia held up, but he saw Nunez had trouble with it, so he went to second anyway.
It is a single and an error charged to the shortstop, Eduardo Nunez. It allows Pedroia to get to second base. First base runner for Boston to visit second base in this game. Now David Ortiz 0 for 1. As he takes strike one. David didn't like it.
Got to chip away at this thing just one at a time.
Red Sox have action in their pen. Ruby De La Rosa was warming up last inning, continues to warm up. Perhaps he is coming in for the fifth. Felix Dubron so far through the first 4 starts 76 pitches, but has given up at least a run in every inning. Ortiz fouling it off, 1-2. They would love to put 2 quick ones on the board here.
Ortiz has faced Pettit 60 times in his long history against the Yankees.
Pretty good sample size. In the air down the left field line. Soriano headed over towards the seats, and he will not have a play.
Worst thing about this ballpark, I'm a pitcher. Every time I see that, I go, that's an out.
It's coming back.
That's an out in Oakland.
Oh, anywhere else.
Yeah, that's an out. Over the course of a year, it costs you a lot of pitches, maybe a lot of runs.
That's why you went to Oakland.
Mm-hmm. Should have been there my whole life.
1-2 pitch is in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Larry Rothschild, pitching coach for the Yankees. Yankees coming in as a staff with a 3.83 earned run average. That is tied with the Red Sox pitching staff, tied for 5th in the American League in that category. Ortiz with a swing and a miss, and Pettit gets him. That's the second strikeout for Andy Pettit. 2 down here in the 4th inning.
He wasn't going to get another fastball, that for sure. He saw several of these in the at-bat. Little cutter down, out of the zone, almost in the dirt. A little too anxious by Ortiz. The Mika Pit Zone on. His proud sponsor of the Mika Pit Zone.
Two down, Dustin Pedroia at second base.
A little late.
You're all right.
Not my fault. I'm throwing them under the bus. You kidding me? Makes me look bad.
Johnny Gomes, the batter.
I knew that was coming around sooner or later, but not the last second.
No, they'll give you more time.
Give me some time,
we'll
man.
Give you more time.
Firing something in my face? Wait a minute. I'm talking about somebody getting punched out here.
Next time there'll be a lot more time. Check swing foul. And it's 0-2.
Wasn't exactly a crucial punch out, but
no.
I wish you could have saw what happened about 5 seconds ago.
They threw
here. Say this. Here. Thank you. Amika, come on.
It'll get better.
I guess so.
It'll flow. It'll flow.
Yeah, it'll be all right in California. We'll work it out.
Yes. 0-2 to Gomes. Is going to surround the plate but miss outside.
Andy loves that cutter, man. He'll throw one after another.
One-two pitch is just going to miss, and Pettit was headed to the dugout.
Boy, that's low pain. I got to have it. This ball dips late, but that's exactly where you're trying to throw it. Little cut on it, right on the corner.
Plate umpire tonight, Bill Welke. This is to center field, in for a base hit. Round from second comes Dustin Pedroia. Red Sox are on the board. Johnny Gomes driving in the first Boston run of the night.
Short and compact by Gomes. Gets another cutter, but it's up. He hits a bullet into center field. Cost Pettit a run the last pitch. He thought it was a strikeout. Meanwhile, base hit RBI by Gomes. You see that tight swing that he has, doesn't it?
It's like it comes to an end. It's just a short.
It really is.
Half a swing.
It really is. It looks like a muscle swing.
2 down, Gomes at first. Stephen Drew takes ball 1. Well, the crowd was abuzz to begin this ball game tonight, but the Yankees scoring 7 times. Red Sox finally with a run here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Drew hit a bullet last time up to Cano, made a diving stop. I mean, he's been stinging the ball. Drew has been hot.
Throw to first and picked off is Johnny Gomes. But the last thing you want to have happen there, and it just happened to Gomes. The Red Sox get a run to trail 7-1. break down the game, and Jenny will bring you clubhouse reaction. WB Mason, extra innings live. You can't go wrong when you buy right. WB Mason. 7-1. The Yankees on top of the Red Sox here as we head to the top half of the 5th inning. This call to the bullpen on Nesson is brought to you by New England Ford Dealers. Ruby De La Rosa into the game for the Red Sox here in the 5th. 4th appearance without a record, a 7.71 earned run average. Opponent sitting at 222 against De La Rosa. Alex Rodriguez booed loudly again, his 3rd at bat of the night. And a swing and a miss for strike 1.
We've been excited about this kid. He's got electric stuff. You see a slider starts him off with, but he's got this fastball that can almost get to 100 miles an hour. He can't help but be excited about it. Like a little two-seamer down and in. He had a great first inning, and then he went out against Kansas City and gave up 2 solos, one to Butler and one to Maxwell. Kind of lit him up a little bit right there. Everybody looking fastball off of him.
Alex Rodriguez, Vernon Wells, and Ichiro Suzuki to bat here in the top of the 5th inning. A-Rod does not chase. 3-1.
Boy, he hasn't thrown a cross seamer yet in this at bat.
Fouls it back. There's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Blaze Ticket brings you the pitching line for Felix Dubron. Today's starter, 4 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned. He walked 2, struck out 4, gave up 2 home runs. With 76 pitches in his 4 innings of work. Came in individually at 8-5 into tonight's game.
Haven't seen an outing like that from Dubron in a long, long time.
Yankees jumped on him quickly. Reynolds had a 2-run home run in the 2nd. The 3-run blast by Alfonso Soriano. Three-2 again to Rodriguez. That's going to miss down low for ball 4. There are the 2 home runs for the Yankees in this game. Mark Reynolds just joining New York. It's a 2-run home run. And then Alfonso Soriano with 2 on. It's a 3-run shot into the monster seats. His 8th in a Yankees uniform this year.
You give up a 3-run shot and a 2-run shot, it's not a good thing. Makes for a bad night. 2 pitches.
Short lead at first for A-Rod as De La Rosa kind of yanked that. And it is ball 1 to Vernon Wells. He walked in the 2nd inning, struck out swinging in the 3rd.
Don't see the good cheese yet from him. He yanked a couple balls, threw A-Rod a 3-2 changeup.
Didn't go, says Adrian Johnson, and it's 2-0.
You know, you see a young pitcher come up here and light up the gun, and right away you're saying, yes, that's exactly what we need. Maybe he could be the 7th inning guy, blah, 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 blah. Wait a minute, slow down. You know, as it is, we've got Workman doing a nice job out there, Britton doing a nice job out there. And these guys are starting pitchers that have come to the big leagues. And going forward, it's going to get more and more nerve-wracking for them. And
high fly ball to center field. Ellsbury tracks it, and shy of the track makes the catch. A-Rod retreats to the bag at first, 1 down. The Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox, invites you to join the walking club. Sign up today, get a cool wristband, plus everything you need to start a walking program for better health. Find out more at bidmc.org.
You know, to me, that's the big thing with the Red Sox club going forward, that bullpen, right? Britton has done a very nice job, and now he's getting important innings, and Workman's done his thing, pitched good the other night in Toronto, even though he lost. You know, is that enough going forward? You know, it's going to get more tighter and tighter as this thing gets into September. And I know you never have enough pitching, you know, but the Red Sox have shown they can dip down into the minor leagues and come up with these arms. But it's asking a lot.
The depth has been deeper than I think many imagined as far as the pitching goes. And who would have thought you start the year with 2 closers and then both of them end up done for the year. And then you get a guy like Andrew Miller, who is so important to John Farrell, coming out as a big hard-throwing lefty that got him out of some key situation. He's gone too.
And, you know, you think about it, you take for granted, Tazawa has been great, and Uehara has been greater. I mean, where would you be without them? All you have to do is a couple blown saves, and this thing is upside down.
In tight to Ichiro, and it is 2-1.
That guy had both those guys. They are incredible. I don't want to be Tazawa. He doesn't know when he's going to pitch, huh?
It's all over.
Losing, winning, whatever, 7th. Early.
2 innings at a time. Sometimes.
I don't play this 2 inning stuff, Coach.
It's happened quite a bit lately.
I don't know where the Red Sox would have been without him.
2-1 pitch. Did he go? No. This is fielding Culbreth. I think that may be one of the fears heading down the stretch is, are they overused during the course of the, how many times can you go to the well? Especially you think about Uehara, that was the concern early on, using him back-to-back days. And he hasn't had any problems, though.
Well, he told Farrell. Farrell said in the managers meeting today, if they were talking about Uehara, and he says the more he works, the better it is. And if he said if you saw what he does in between what he, you know, working out to get to be, you know, to be available all the time, even though his age is up there. But you know something you never really know with a pitcher, do you really? One pitch, next thing you know, he's walking off the mound. I mean, it's scary. You know, you don't know when somebody's going to go down. Nice pitch.
That's strike 3 to Ichiro. First strikeout for De La Rosa. The 2 outs in the inning.
You know, fastball down and away. This is paint to Ichiro by De La Rosa. That last whiff was brought to you by Head and Shoulders.
2 down in the inning. Mark Reynolds homered in the second inning, a 2-run shot, struck out in the third. In the dirt, as blocked that time by Saltalamacchia. No advance for A-Rod at first. Center fielder Jacoby Ellsbury over towards left center. And a good sized gap out there in right center field for Mark Reynolds. The Red Sox having to get into the pen here in the 5th inning. Del Rosa trying to work his way around a leadoff walk by Alex Rodriguez. Except Wells fly to center. Ichiro struck out. In the air to right field, struck well. Victorino going back, and he'll get there. Shy of the track to make the catch that ends the inning. Halfway through this one, the Yankees have a 7-1 lead. $500 to the pediatric trauma program at Boston Children's Hospital for every home run hit by the Sox. To date, $63,000 has been donated. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. Last half of the 5th inning back at Fenway Park. Work to do for the Red Sox, who trail by 6 runs, down 7-1. Stephen Drew, Mike Napoli, and Jared Saltalamacchia to bat in the inning. Drew is 0 for 1, grounded out to second base. He was batting when Johnny Gomes was picked off, and we've seen many a player picked off by Andy Pettit's very good move to first base.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that
shouldn't happen.
It can't happen. You can't. I mean, it's 7-1, and you know he's got a great move.
Swing and a miss for Drew. 1-2.
But he does have the best move. This guy has picked off probably over 100 in his career. Easy. That's a guess. Don't hold me to it.
Another look at the move that got Gomes to end last inning.
Gomes was thinking, no way he's coming over here. But once again, oof. I don't know if the tag got there or not, but he was picked off so badly that you're out.
And so is Drew as he strikes out on the outside corner. He doesn't like the call at all. 3rd strikeout for Pettit.
Ball might have been a little outside. Once again, another cutter. Boy, we've seen a lot of cutters tonight. I got to have it, but I think this ball is outside. It is. Well, either way.
One down here in the 5th inning. Mike Napoli, his second at bat of the night. He popped out to Robinson Cano at second base, first time up.
Finally, something other than a cutter. You see a changeup down the way. I've seen more cutters tonight from Pettit.
Did you know you were in his notes tonight?
Yeah, he's got more punch outs than I do.
So you did know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
I just saw it. 1-1 on the ground to second base. Cano will go to first for the second out. 2 down. Well, when our veterans return from Iraq and Afghanistan, a number of them suffer from post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury. Red Sox Foundation's home base program treats them. We thank H.B. Hood for supporting the Red Sox Foundation's efforts.
I don't miss my name. When I see it pops up a couple places.
More than one?
Yeah, well, Rivera just passed games pitched, I think, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I just
yes.
Not that I'm.
The one I saw was the punch out of Casper Wells in the first inning of his start on the 5th of August at U.S. Cellular Field.
Yes.
Surpassed Dennis Eckersley for 38th place on baseball's all-time strikeout list with 2,404.
That's okay.
Yeah,
it's
no, it's okay. He's pitched a long time.
Yeah, I'm just nice to have your name somewhere sometimes, yes. Right? And Rivera, you know what he's done. It's just on and on and on with where he's been. I mean,
yeah,
over 1,000 appearances. He might as well be. He's been out there for 19 years.
And you were close on the pickoffs. 98 pickoffs.
Close, not bad.
Very close. 1-1 pitch is in there for strike 2, and it is 1-2. Swinging a foul tip held onto for strike 3. A 1-2-3 5th inning for Pettit. A 7-1 Yankees lead. FWWeb.com for more info about this proud sponsor of the Boston Red Sox. That's FW Web. Sixth inning back at Fenway Park, 7-1. Yankees have the lead over the Red Sox, and Chris Stewart leads it off and takes strike one.
He hasn't hit much for the Yankees, but he's done a nice job catching that staff.
Just the .222 average coming in, 0 for 2 tonight. And down on the count, 0-2.
Tell you what, that changeup by De La Rosa, that's the big pitch. You talk about his gas, but that changeup is a big league changeup.
Tonight we've not seen the 97-98 that he possesses. Been around 94-95.
Give up a couple bombs, it's like, well, you're regrouping, right? No more of this gas. It's going out of the ballpark. I'm going to change lanes.
Mentioned the 2 solo home runs in Kansas City. Is this one is grounded foul? I feel an Eckersley promo coming up. The 1-2 pitch. And that's going to miss inside, 2-2. They're giving you a 10-minute jump on what could happen here.
Right, you can't do last minute with me.
Two. That was just outside, framed by Saltalamacchia. Full count. Ruby De La Rosa came into the game in the 5th inning after Felix Gibran won the first 4 in tonight's game. Gave up 7 runs. The Yankees have 6 of them earned runs. And a little nubber down the first baseline. De La Rosa will pick it up in fair ground and throw it away. Down the right field line as Stewart heads for second. And he will stop there. Well, De La Rosa picking it up in fair ground before it went foul, and then would have hit the runner with a throw, so he tried to avoid him and throws it down the right field line.
Wow, that's a great changeup. He just nubs this ball, but he doesn't give himself anywhere to throw it. The runner's in the way, but he doesn't even come close. This ball that's an awful throw. We've seen that a couple times the last few nights. Stewart only goes to second, though. It's not like Rajah Davis flying around the bases.
Yes. Wow. That was something the other night.
Woo.
Now the error charge to Ruby De La Rosa. Stewart at second base. Brett Gardner 1 for 3. And a swing and a miss for strike one. That error, the second error of the night committed by the Red Sox. Stephen Drew had committed an error in the 3rd inning. One for New York. A 7-1 Yankees lead. New York batting here in the top half of the 6th inning. Foul off to the left out of play, 0-2.
Well, he's pulling the throttle back and forth. Changeup, fastball.
Down and in, 1-2. They ruled it a hit and an error, it appears, as another hit has gone up for New York. Getting Stewart to second base to begin this 6th inning. Still nobody out. Gardner will send this to center, in for a base hit. Stewart will stop at third. It's a hit for Gardner. Ball got away as it's knocked down by Napoli. It's time for a Toyota game break and Tom Caron. TC. All right, Tom, thanks very much. Well, here it is 7-1. The Yankees have the lead over the Red Sox with nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. Runners at first and third. Eduardo Nunez coming up has already had a 2-hit night, a single and a triple. He has scored 2 runs. 2 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. Ground ball towards second base. Pedroia will tag the runner and fire to first for a double play. All that and no advance for Stewart at third base. And Gardner kind of running into that out, as Gardner really didn't dance around very long for Pedroia to make too tough of a decision.
You see this ball not hit very hard. Gardner does them a favor, doesn't do anything to stop Pedroia from getting a double play. He didn't know what to do right there. The play's right in front of him, and there's nowhere to go, and makes it easy on Pedroia.
No advance for Stewart. He remains at third base. Well, that double play goes down on the right side. And now Robinson Cano coming up. Red Sox going into a shift against Cano on the right side of the infield. As Stephen Drew moves to the right side and Pedroia into short right. Pitch outside for ball 1. Don Orsillo, Dennis Eckersley, and Jenny Dell tonight from Fenway Park. Game 1 of this 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Yankees. The Yankees scored in each of the first 4 innings tonight. Benefit of 2 home runs, and they've jumped out to a 7-1 lead as the Yankees bat here in the top half of the 6th inning. Well down the line is Stewart with the shift on. He's about halfway down the line. And it's popped up to Pedroia. Short right, who makes the catch that ends the inning. 5.5 done, 7-1 New York.
learn the right way to grip your bat before you take your next swing. Third baseman Will Middlebrooks will teach you how in an exclusive video. Just scan the QR code on your screen with your smartphone to get a private batting lesson from him, or text the word GRIP to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. NESN.com and Irving Oil, helping you learn the game like a pro from the pros. Don?
All right, Jay, thank you very much. Into the bottom of the 6th inning we go. Will Middlebrooks leading it off. And a swing and a miss for strike one. Middlebrooks with a single in the 3rd inning. One of only 3 Boston hits in the game. Middlebrooks, Gomes, and Dustin Pedroia. And all the hits are singles. It's been a pretty solid effort turned in tonight by Andy Pettitte.
Well, he's known for his cutter, and he's had it all night long. He dropped a curveball on Middlebrooks for strike one, but haven't seen a lot of curveballs. They can't square it up.
Your Eastern Mass Lexus dealers bring you the pitching line for Andy Pettitte. 5+, 3 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. No walks and 4 strikeouts. It's been economical. 68 pitches, working here to the first batter of the 6th inning. Middlebrooks will take it up and away, 1-2.
Well, for the Yankees to make a run, this guy's got to be the pitcher that, you know, at least 3/4 of what he was. And Sabathia pitching on Sunday hasn't thrown the ball very well. We know Kuroda is the guy. But Hughes has been getting knocked around a little bit. Nova has been pitching well for them. But this guy's huge. Sabathia, if he doesn't pitch good, they've got no chance.
He is 10-10 with a 4.66 earned run average. I mean, what do you see from him so far?
Well, everybody talks about velocity, but, you know, he just is not putting the ball where he wants to. You know, I mean, everybody knows. They've faced him a zillion times. They know what he does. You can't get away with anything. You can't half step. And, you know, he's not the same pitcher. I mean, he just hasn't got the same stuff. I mean, sooner or later it catches up with you, doesn't it? I mean, I know he's a big, strong guy, but this year they've taken him deep. They've given him 24 home runs. I mean, it's just not the Sabathia that you come accustomed to. The Red Sox knocked him around last time they saw him.
Well, Middlebrooks grounding out for the first out of the inning. Jacoby Ellsbury 0 for 2. And the same thing twice. It's ground out to Mark Reynolds at first base.
God, mixing a fastball, huh? I mean, my goodness, everything has got a cut on it.
Well, it has worked well tonight for Andy Pettitte. In there for strike 2, 0-2.
You know, the Yankees get in these situations now. Not to say that Sabathia may never pitch like he, you know, always pitch ever again, but there's so much money involved. You know, if somebody doesn't pitch well, you got to talk about $25 million.
It's a lot of iron.
It's a lot of iron. I mean, they've got iron all over the place, and they'd love to get out of the contract by A-Rod to give them another 25 to spend, because what are they going to do? You know, Cano needs 20 at least, times 6, 7, who knows?
Strike 3 call. Ellsbury's not buying it, but it is the 5th strikeout for Pettitte, who appears to be getting stronger as this outing goes on. 2 down.
Well, he tricked him. We talk about a bunch of cutters, and he gets him with a fastball in and absolutely freezes Ellsbury right here. 89 miles an hour right on the corner. He's got that cutter in the back of his brain.
Two down here in the 6th inning for Shane Victorino. Was fly to right, grounded out to short. One for his last 16, Shane Victorino. Quiet series in Toronto, and so far everybody's had a quiet night against Andy Pettitte.
You know, what was with the batting right-handed business? You know, it just sort of, I didn't even think about it after a while. I said, wait a minute, what's he doing hitting right-handed?
Banged up.
So it's a hammy, and the hammy
bothered him
left-handed.
So he's stuck with right-handed, and against right-handers.
And that's his natural position. I mean, swinging right-handed.
I think he's played hurt a lot, which has endeared him to teammates and I think fans as well. But I think he has played with a lot of injuries, whether it be the hamstring, whether it be the side. He runs into walls. He does a lot. And I didn't really appreciate him as much as a player before with the Phillies. We didn't get to see him all that much, maybe twice a year. But seeing him here is a whole different view of Shane Victorino.
I totally agree. I mean, you have to see somebody every day to appreciate what he does. And, right field is such a difficult position to play.
It's popped up back at first, and there's Mark Reynolds. It's a 1-2-3 6th. We're headed for the 7th at 7-1 New York. Telethon this season is making an extra effort to drive out cancer. Arbella will donate $50 for every extra base hit by Red Sox batters, up to $50,000. Arbella Insurance Foundation, here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. 7-1. Yankees have the lead over the Red Sox into the 7th inning. And Alfonso Soriano takes strike one. Soriano 2 for 3 in the game, with 4 RBIs, a 2-run shot back, or 3-run shot back in the 3rd inning. Ruby De La Rosa out there for his 3rd inning of relief.
De La Rosa came into this game not thinking he's just going to go one, so he wasn't going to come out blazing,
Foul off to the right, out of play.
You think about it, they got 3 starting pitchers in the bullpen, De La Rosa and Britton and Workman, like you said. It's kind of nice to have them come in here and not go more than 1 inning.
One-two pitch. Look out, and that one hits Soriano. Well, it was a fastball. Soriano heads down to first base.
Tried to overthrow this fastball, get more on it. Caught him in the hip. No, maybe the elbow. Didn't get him flush, though.
Rod introduced again. In there for strike one.
You ever kind of wondered what kind of player that A-Rod was going to be, because he finished last year so poorly. The The power was down, and you wonder what he's capable of putting together here the last 40 games of the season. I wasn't expecting much at all.
Drives this to center. Ellsbury out there to make the catch for the first out of the 7th inning. Second time they retired A-Rod tonight. The overhead views tonight are provided by the Hood Blimp. This summer, try new Hood Harvey bars. Each bar is made with creamy Hood ice cream and is covered in a rich chocolate coating. Learn more at hood.com. Finding great views tonight here at Boston and Fenway Park. One out in the 7th inning with a runner at first, and Vernon Wells is going to be pinch hit for, it appears. It's like Curtis Granderson has grabbed a bat and will bat for Vernon Wells. And with the announcement that Granderson will be pinch hitting, John Farrell pops out of the dugout. Franklin Morales has been warming in the pen and looks like he may be coming into this game as Ruby De La Rosa has gone 2 1/3, and that's going to be it for him. Pitching change from Fenway. Yankees have a 7-1 lead. NESN's pregame coverage of the Sox begins an hour before every game. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union, banking the DCU way. 1 on, 1 out as Ruby De La Rosa leaves after 2 1/3 innings, responsible for Alfonso Soriano at first base, who he hit with a pitch. As he hands the baseball off to Franklin Morales. First time he's been in a game for the Red Sox since June 22nd. His 7th appearance overall of the year. 2-0. His 7.30 earned run average. Opponents hitting at .292 against Morales. Activated on Saturday from his 2nd disabled list stint of the year. And the season on the DL, the lower back strain.
Kind of interesting to see what Morales has, because he could be in the mix with that gas that he has if he can get it over the plate. What we saw earlier in the year was a lot of wildness. You know, he couldn't get it over the plate.
Pickoff play at first, and just back is Soriano. Good bid there, using the shield of Granderson there to throw down to first base.
Had me picked off. I was like, what is going on? And you see close play. Napoli slaps the tag on Soriano, just missed it. That's bang bang at first.
Granderson with a swing and a miss. 1-1. Pitch hits here for Vernon Wells, who was 0 for 2 with a walk. 5-game hitting streak coming in for Granderson. .529, 9 for 17 during the streak. It's been hot. 417 on the homestand for Granderson.
Well, they missed those 40 home runs that he was putting up there the last few years.
Some incredible home run numbers for him in a Yankees uniform. Returned from the rehab stint on the 1st of August. The 60-team games. Fractured left metacarpal. Was hit by a pitch May 24th at Tampa Bay.
He could pick somebody off too, Morales. He's got a nasty move.
There it is, and how about you, Ed?
Thank you.
Hauling it. Ahead of the play, Soriano is picked off at first base. That move always controversial. Always looks like he is coming home when he kind of slings it off to first base.
It looks like I think it's a balk. I really do. I mean, he's got it down to a science, doesn't he? That was a beautiful throw too. But you just can't go cross that imaginary line. But I'll tell you, when you pick off guys like that, it's like they're like, "What up?" It never happens. It's like they don't see that. It's like it's not fair.
Inside, ball 4, and down to first goes Granderson with 2 outs in the inning.
You know, Morales has this hard as you can type delivery. You know, it's just
max effort.
Max effort. And so when he throws balls, it's like you think he may never throw a strike again. You know, he doesn't store the confidence in me, really. And even though he threw the ball good last year for them, even started. Remember, he pitched good in the rotation. And he's kind of forgotten. You forgot that you had Morales. It's been so long since he's been out there.
Ready to deal with Ichiro here with 2 outs in the inning. Runner at first, and it is strike 1. 0 for 3 night for Ichiro. He's flied out, grounded out, and struck out.
You know, you got Granderson moving back to the bag. You know, it's like, I'm not getting picked off. I am not getting picked off. I wouldn't move. And that's how crazy of a move it is.
Late swing, and Ichiro grounds it foul. I want to remind you to vote for the Amica Pitcher of the Week at NESN.com/Amica. Enter to win a $100 gift card from NESN to the Yawkey Way Team Store. Two outs. Curtis Granderson at first base. Ichiro Suzuki with a count of 1-2. Foul off to the left.
But you got to get them out on the mound, Morales. You got to find a way to get them out on the mound. I mean, so you can get it going, get something going.
First appearance since June 22nd. Franklin Morales. Soft toss to first. That's not the good move. Just a check over at first base. On the hook tonight for the Red Sox, Felix Dubron. 4 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. He walked 2, struck out 4. And on the hook. On the ground up the middle, Pedroia to his right will flip to second for the force out that ends the inning. 7th inning stretch from the Fens, 7-1 Yankees. We look forward to learning everything we need to know from today in sports. Tonight, following our Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank. The last half of the 7th inning at Fenway Park. Red Sox trailing by 6 runs as they come to bat. 3, 4, and 5 for the Red Sox. Pedroia, Ortiz, and Gomes. Andy Pettit back on the hill for the 7th, and why not? Has pitched extremely well tonight, and it's pitch 81 of his outing. It's in there for strike 1. Only 3 hits allowed by Pettit through the first 6 innings. Pedroia can't hold up. They'll check, and he did go. 0-2.
Well, he's doing what he has to do. He hasn't walked anybody, and I guess he's went right after people, right after him with cutters. But, you know, he doesn't have to. I mean, he's a guy that used to have, 92, 93 regular. But he's shown tonight that you don't need that kind of gas to get guys out.
Pedroia fouling it off at the dish, still 0-2. On the ground to short, Eduardo Nunez. High throw that'll get over the Red Sox dugout. They'll give Pedroia second base. So Nunez uncorks that throw from shortstop. Should have been the first out of the inning. A break here for the Red Sox on the second miscue of the night for the Yankees.
Routine ground ball. He's got all the time in the world. A couple of skips, and he just launches this ball over the head of Mark Reynolds. Now just sort of a sidearm flip that gets away from him. We've seen some ugly defense tonight.
So Pedroia at second base to begin the inning for David Ortiz. 0-for-2 in the game. David flying out to left field in the second. Struck out swinging in the fourth. To left field. Soriano going back. Is going to grab some wall. Pedroia is motoring around from second. He'll score. Throw to second is going to be close. And Big Papi's going to be out. Nice play by Soriano in left field. Guns down Ortiz at second. Red Sox get a run. It's now 7-2, but that's the first out of the inning.
Bad defense, bad base running. Pettit gives him a fastball to hit. This ball is middle, and David carves it off the left field wall. A nice piece of hitting. Can't do much about that, except the ball pops up like that and Soriano makes a nice throw. David's got no chance going into second. Not a smart play on his part at all.
One out, a run in, base is empty here for Johnny Gomes. Gomes chops it to third. Alex Rodriguez throws to first, 2 down. The Sandlot is coming to Fenway Park. The popular movie celebrating its 20th anniversary will be featured on the center field video board at Fenway Park on Wednesday, August 21st at 8 p.m. General admission tickets for movie night at Fenway Park, presented by Mitsubishi Electric, are available at redsox.com/sandlot by calling 877-RED-SOX-9 or by visiting the Fenway Park ticket office. Tickets are on sale now and at price $10 for adults, $5 for children 12 and under. 2 outs in the inning, base is empty, and a first pitch strike to Stephen Drew.
In defense of Ortiz on that play, that ball went off the top of the scoreboard and popped up. And so he probably thought rounding first, that was a double. So he wasn't trying to be too aggressive, but the throw was perfect.
This is a gapper towards left center field. It'll get down to the track in the wall. Gardner back to play it into second. Goes Stephen Drew with a 2-out double. Some better swings at Pettit here in this inning for Boston.
Once again, Stephen Drew has a good swing. He's been putting swings on a lot of good balls lately. Another fastball. All of a sudden, Andy's throwing fastballs, and they're hitting bullets. This ball in the gap Could have been another run for the Red Sox if Ortiz would have stayed at first. Maybe he would have scored on that, but they'd have a threat going here. In a 7-2 game, they would have had 2 on.
Action for the first time for New York. Sean Kelly pops up and begins to warm in the Yankees pen. Mike Napoli, the batter. And he will take ball 1. Just a little bit low, apparently. 0 for 2. He's popped out to second, grounded out to second. Both times Cano up to the task.
It's like Pettit's just trying to get through this inning. I don't think he'll throw him a fastball here.
In the air to left and foul.
And he did. The ball he couldn't keep the ball fair. The ball kept cutting in on him.
In the dirt, blocked that time by Stewart. Full count, or actually 3-1 now. Looking down the lineup here as they look at matchups. Napoli batting now. Saltalamacchia waiting on deck. Here's a 3-1 pitch. And that is ball 4. Bounces off Stewart, but down to first base will go Napoli. And the Red Sox have runners at first and second now with 2 down. A run in, and Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach, headed out. That walk is the first walk of the night given up by Andy Pettit. It comes here in the 7th.
I think this inning got away from them quickly. You know, they got Kelly up, but you know, almost too fast this thing was happening. They thought they had an easy lead coming in 7-1. It sort of got away from them.
I'll remind you to download Dunkin's new mobile app. With it, you can load a Dunkin' Donuts card and pay right from your phone. You can also receive exclusive mobile offers and send Dunkin' gift cards. Message and data rates may apply. For full terms of use, visit www.dunkindonuts.com/mobile terms. 2 outs in the 7th inning. 93 pitches for Pettit, 1 shy of his average. Under 7 is high on the year. And trying to get through this 7th inning as Saltalamacchia comes to bat for Boston. There is strike 1. Jarrett is grounded out to short and struck out swinging.
One swing of the bat's what you're thinking to get back into this game.
And 2. Badly fooled on the change. 0-2.
Good time for the changeup.
Well, Middlebrooks waiting on deck. Remember, it was an error that started this inning by Eduardo Nunez, and throwing error that allowed Pedroia to reach. Down and in. 1-2.
Doesn't really want to throw him a strike. He's hoping he swings over to the top of these cutters. Could throw him another changeup. He won't see a fastball.
Up the middle into center field, a base hit. Drew being waved around. He'll score the 3rd Boston run of the night. Jarrett Saltalamacchia drives in a run, and here come the Sox.
Saltalamacchia didn't get a fastball. I didn't think he would. Good piece of hit, and the ball was up enough. I think it was a cutter, changeup, anything, something off speed up. I guess it was a high cutter. Salty doesn't get too big on it, just hits a base hit up the middle.
That is going to be the night for Andy Pettitte. 7-3, Yankees have the lead. The pitching change from Fenway. Great seats at the lowest prices, either for a game or for all this summer's hottest concerts. Visit aceticket.com or call 1-800-MySeats. Andy Pettitte done after 6 2/3 innings. He departs responsible for 2 men on. So far, a touch for 3 runs. Sean Kelly comes in from the Yankees pen, 45th appearance, 4-1. 3.47 earned run average, 64 Ks to 18 walks. And opponents hitting at 202 against Kelly.
Kelly done a nice job for them this year. Got that punch-out slider. Nasty on right-handers. I don't know about left-handers.
Mike Carp pinch hitting for Will Middlebrooks. Takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Middlebrooks tonight had been 1 for 2 with the number 9 spot.
You haven't seen Carp as much as you thought you were going to see him.
Fouled straight back, 1-2. He's been remarkable in the times that he has started. Always seems to do something good.
Well, he had a good swing at that fastball. Sometimes you get one pitch to hit, and that was it, maybe. You see the swing right here, a fastball right in his zone.
Bounces in and hit him. And down to first base goes Carp, but the umpire's saying no, it didn't. Bill Welke's shaking his head. He wants him to come on back, and Farrell's going to come out to dispute it. Carp said he was hit.
Carp just took off to first base.
It's an automatic reaction.
It's almost like one hopped him. The ball hit the ground before it hit him, if it did hit him. See a slider down in the dirt. One hop.
He said it got his foot.
Whoa, that's hard to tell.
Very close.
He wasn't limping around either.
He just took his base. Based on his reaction, I would say he probably thought he was hit just because he did it so quickly. But they're going to get together. Give John Farrell
they didn't see it, so he's got a hit.
He's going to come back.
My first look didn't think it hit him, but the only person that knows is Carp. And you see, if anything, it hit his toe.
Yeah.
It's a glancing blow, or he'd be limping all over the joint.
John Farrell still out there disputing it.
I don't think if you had a replay over and over and over again, you would know for sure. But that would have made it interesting if he got hit, bases loaded.
Ellsbury coming up. As it is, runners at first and second with 2 down. 1-2 the count to the pinch hitter, Mike Carp. Napoli's at second. Saltalamacchia is at first. Outside, 2-2.
He doesn't have real good command of that breaking ball. You saw where he spiked it, almost hit him. And then that was a sloppy one outside corner. Full count.
Batters hitting at just 171 against Kelly in the last 35 games. And Carp will strike out. He's going to be very hot. Right up into the face and has been ejected by Bill Welke. And this will bring John Farrell out. Seven to 3, Yankees on top. Strikeout. And certainly Mike Carp ejected for the second time this year.
3-2 slider on the outside corner does not hit the outside corner. Carp has something to argue, and the pitch zone on NESN is brought to you by Amica. Beacon Pitch Zone. Great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance. That ball's outside.
Brooks was hit for by Carp, and Brock Holt takes over at third base defensively for the Red Sox as we head to inning number 8. Franklin Morales back on the mound again. Mark Reynolds leading it off for New York. There is strike one. Reynolds a 2-run home run in the second inning. Struck out in the third. Flied out to right in the fifth inning. Fly ball to right field pretty deep as Victorino races back onto the track and makes the catch. One down here in the eighth as we send it down to Jenny Dell.
Well, Don, we just want to remind fans to vote for our AT&T text poll question of the night. We're asking them which is their favorite former Red Sox player who turned into a Yankee. So make sure they text their vote to 536-536. You have the answers there. It looks like Johnny Damon is winning right now. So Don and Eck, I know it's hard to pick favorites, but who do you got?
You know, it's weird. I think Roger Clemens coming back here to Fenway Park was pretty tough. But Johnny Damon, I know that when Damon came back here for the first time, kind of wondered what the Red Sox fans would do. And we found out. Johnny was very surprised, I think, by the reaction he got. Such a popular player when he was here. But he came back in pinstripes, a little bit different.
He was my favorite. He really was. You know, Roger didn't pick, New York. He got traded from Toronto to there. But Johnny left. And,
yes.
I loved him because he always was in front of the camera. Anytime you needed somebody to say something, he was there. And he played hurt.
A lot.
That stands out more than anything.
Love Johnny Damon. And surprised nobody picked him up. This is a left field as Gomes back there to make the catch for the second out. Two down here in the eighth, and Brett Gardner coming up.
Boy, last inning could have been a lot more interesting. You saw the big error by Nunez is what extended the inning to begin with. Pettit might have got out of that inning, and then Ortiz trying to stretch a double cost him.
And if Bill Wilkie had said that Carp had been hit by that pitch, bases would have been loaded for Jacoby Ellsbury. A lot of things could have happened.
A lot of things. The last being ball 4.
Gardner tonight a 2-hit night, both singles, one to right, one to center. Also a stolen base in this game. Eduardo Nunez waiting on deck. Popped up foul off to the left out of play. Action for New York as David Robertson is warming.
Yankees got to have this game. This is a huge game for the Yankees. They don't want to let it get away from them. They almost did last inning.
Mariano Rivera.
We may see him even if there's not a save.
You get that feeling. That's how important this game is for New York. 1-2 to Gardner. And that is just off the outside edge.
See this fastball in the outside corner. It looked good when he caught it. Just a little outside. Just as good as that backdoor slider.
On the ground softly right side. Pedroia will bobble, and reaching at first base is Gardner. This could be the third miscue of the night for Boston. So unusual to see Pedroia do that.
What a strange night defensively for both teams. And Pedroia's had to charge a lot of balls this year. I mean, tonight in particular, and he makes this play usually easy, but that hop sort of caught him, came up on him, and ate him up. Even the great ones mess up, looks like routine ground balls.
It is an error, and the third error of the night for Boston. 1 on, 2 outs as Eduardo Nunez has a chance here. Nunez with a single in the third, a triple in the fourth inning, scored 2 runs. In the dirt, gathered by Saltalamacchia.
He won't be taking a very big lead, I guarantee you.
to right center field. Ellsbury charging in, and will make the catch into the slide. This grab by Jacoby Ellsbury got a great jump, and he retires Nunez. 7-3 New York after 7.5. Cents for any size. That's right, just 99 cents any size, anytime. Only at Cumberland Farms. Well, Vermont represented here tonight at Fenway Park. The youngest Red Sox fan may be here tonight, as the Red Sox trail 7-3 into the bottom of the 8th inning.
Careful, man.
New pitcher for New York is David Robertson. And the Yankees playing this like it is a safe situation here at the moment with a 4-run lead. They need this game.
This guy has been one of the most dominant setup guys in all baseball over the last 3 years. Does not go unnoticed.
Jacoby Ellsbury leading it off. Drops a bunt down foul. And a very nice defensive play to end last inning.
When he makes a play like that, he sort of expected. You know, it's like, it was a nice play, but I knew he was going to catch it. He just slid just to slow down.
About 20 feet of sliding.
Right, and then he just got up and he was on his way. Look, see ya. Nicely done.
0 for 3 tonight with the bat in hand. He's grounding out twice to first and striking out as he takes a pitch inside.
You know, I see Robertson, he had that 95 gas, that low hump. Now he's got that cutter. I wonder where he got it from his buddy out there, Rivera.
Who knows a thing or two about cutters?
Yes.
Flare to center. Gardner coming in, and he's not going to get there. Drops in for a base hit to open up the bottom of the 8th inning.
That's the pitch I'm talking about. The cutter in his hands kind of gets the label. Doesn't hit this ball very good. A good thing because it drops in front of Gardner. He almost makes the same play that Ellsbury made to end the inning.
Lead runner on here in the bottom of the 8th. Shane Victorino coming up, 0 for 3. Fly to right, he's grounded out to short, popped out to first.
Got to be tougher to face him right-handed with that cutter.
And there for strike one. Andy Pettitte started the game 6 2/3, giving up 3 runs. Sean Kelly got the final out of the 7th inning. And David Robertson beginning the 8th. Action for Boston. Drake Britton up in the pen. On the ground to third. A-Rod is second for 1. That's all they'll get. Able to get the lead runner in Jacoby Ellsbury. 5-4 in the force out there for the first out of the inning.
It's a decent play by A-Rod to go to his left and snatch it. He just couldn't get up. He double pumped to Cano, and there's no way Cano's going to turn this, but fairly sharply hit ball. You thought it was a double play when he got it, but he just couldn't get out of his glove. Good thing for the Red Sox.
1 out, 1 on. Dustin Pedroia, the batter. He'll take strike 1.
There's a hook right there he's got too. You can't forget about that.
That is 21 appearance scoreless stretch snapped on Sunday. Home run by Brian Pena of the Tigers.
I saw a stat where when he's had the bases loaded, the last 25 guys are 0 for 25 with the bases loaded.
Similar mark to what Daisuke Matsuzaka had at one point.
Exactly. That's the first guy I thought of.
Hold the bases and get out of it every time.
How did he do that?
Incredible.
Was it incredible?
An incredible knack for it. But it was very costly pitch-wise over 5 innings. It was, you look up and he's got 120 again.
That one year he was 18-5 or whatever.
Yeah,
he did it all. Yeah, 18. He did it all year long.
Yeah. Pedroia takes strike 2. That was a little high. 2-2.
I think this was a cutter that didn't cut. He's trying to throw that ball down and away, and he's trying to cut this. It just doesn't cut much.
Pedroia fouls it off to the left out of play. Well, for every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will make a donation to Boston Children's Hospital towards a $25,000 donation this season. Mariano Rivera in the bullpen here as David Robertson works in the 8th.
Think he's nervous?
No.
No. No.
On the ground foul. Let me ask you, were you nervous?
Always.
Late in your career, even in the
always.
When you're going that good?
Yeah, I tell you what, I had that edge. If I wasn't nervous, I wasn't trying. It's like I always was on edge. It's exhausting. It really is. It's exhausting every day. Even when it's 8-1, it's like, well, careful, this thing might get away. That's how you have to approach it, or you're going to be surprised, and you never want to be surprised. That's what grinding's all about. You grind.
2-2 pitch. In the air to left. Soriano's back, but it's going to be off the bottom of the wall. It's a single. As taking second is Victorino. Dustin Pedroia has got his second hit of the night.
Well, you throw enough pitches in Pedroia's eyes, and he's going to smoke it. A couple of pitches this at bat he had up in his eyes. You see, he should have lost this ball. That's the ball that he hits out of the ballpark. Victorino only goes to second on this ball. The ball gets back to Soriano so quickly. One
out, 2 on for David Ortiz. He has fly to left, struck out swinging, and singled to drive in a run. Picked up his 76th RBI of the year. Ortiz lines out to third. A-Rod underhanded, turns it into 2. An underhanded flip to second base for the double play that ends the 8th. Northeast Mazda dealers, McDonald's of Boston, Subaru of New England, and by Reebok Spartan Race, run at Fenway Park, November the 16th. Ninth inning back at Fenway, 7-3. Yankees have the lead. His overhead views tonight are provided by the Hood Blip, the summer try new Hood Harvey bars. Each bar is made with creamy Hood ice cream and is covered in a rich chocolate coating. Learn more at hood.com. Some changes for the Red Sox as we play into the ninth inning. Daniel Nava takes over in right field. And a new pitcher in here for the Red Sox, Drake Britton. His 11th appearance, 1-1, 2.08 earned run average, 11 strikeouts to 4 walks. Opponent's hitting at 238, and he's been pretty good, and really has not appeared to be in awe of this first major league stint of his career.
You know, that's what stands out to me, the way he has had so much poise on the mound, and he's gotten more and more important innings as we've went along, and good curveball I've seen, and decent gas to go along with it.
Robinson Cano leading it off and taking a pitch outside for ball 1. Not sure if Victorino injured himself on the way back to the bag at second last inning. But he is out of this game as Nava takes over in right. The 1-0 is in there for a strike, 1-1.
You know, I know he didn't go to third on that ball over Soriano's head, the base hit by Pedroia, but he didn't even attempt it, you know, so he, you know, you got to watch him close. He'll be, you know, limping here. You never know when he's going to start to limp. Victorino, he's been hurt on and off all year, and he's all about his legs. I mean, that's his game.
Now Nava's in there for him in right field. Britton's 1-1 is a swing and a miss. Fooled Cano that time.
There's that hook, man. It's nasty on a left-handed hitter. You get Cano to swing like that, you know it's a good hook. Kind of goes sideways, but a lot of break.
Up and away, 2-2 to Cano. Alfonso Soriano waiting on deck, chatting up the Fenway faithful. Cano strikes out. It was an uncomfortable at bat there against Britton, who did a nice job.
You talk about another nasty slider there by Drake Britton. Not even close by Cano, making a good hitter look very, very bad.
One down here in the ninth inning for Alfonso Soriano. This game summary is brought to you by Xfinity from Comcast. That at 6 2/3, giving up 3 runs in his outing. Soriano with a 3-run home run, 4 runs batted in the game. Reynolds with a home run of his own, a 2-run shot. Felix Doubront chased from this game after 4 innings. Soriano batting with 1 out in the ninth. Looking ahead to the bottom of the ninth inning, Red Sox will be expecting Johnny Gomes, Stephen Drew, and Mike Napoli. Strike one, 1-1.
Boy, he's got that hook working tonight. So the curveball backdoor on the corner gets the call. The more times this kid gets out on the mound, his confidence is going to be greater and greater.
Line to right, and this is in for a base hit. So Soriano taking it the other way for his 3rd hit of the night. 4th time he's been on base.
The wrong guy to throw a strike to. He's not going to throw a strike to that guy because he's on fire. And you see the fastball, that's like no big deal to him. I think I'll just take a base hit to right.
This marks his 11th 3-hit game of the season. Alex Rodriguez loudly being booed again.
Well, Alex has made a couple of decent plays in the field, last inning in particular.
Inside for ball 1. Here's a play to end last inning.
Ortiz going the other way. You think anytime he does that, it's a base hit, but Victorino can't get back, even though it's an underhand toss by A-Rod.
Strike 1, 1-1. It's been on twice, single to right field in the 3rd inning, and a walk in the 5th inning.
He's hit the ball hard 3 times.
.648 home runs. As he takes strike 2. That's 5th on baseball's all-time list. Willie Mays 4th, 660 home runs.
You could tie him up inside.
Britton's coming in and almost did. Able to hold off. 2-2. One out. Soriano with a short lead at first base. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Line to center field. A ringing single to center. And up to second base goes Soriano. 3rd time A-Rod has been on, his 2nd base hit.
A couple of mistakes by Britton in this inning. Only 2 base hits, though. He doesn't get this ball in. He leaves it middle, high middle, and A-Rod's all over it. He hit the ball hard 4 times tonight. Be careful with that fastball.
Two on, 1 away. And Curtis Granderson coming up. Granderson walked in the 7th inning as he pinch hit for Vernon Wells. They've been 0 for 2 with a walk, and Granderson walk was picked off.
We've had 2 pickoffs tonight, 1 from each team, several errors.
Mariano Rivera ready to go, looking on. And again, the Red Sox will have Gomes, Drew, and Napoli. A non-save situation, but the Yankees badly want this first game of the series.
Well, he hasn't pitched since Sunday, so it's been 5 days for him, and he's blown 3 saves in a row, which is unheard of.
Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Granderson now, Ichiro next with 1 out here in the 9th. Outside, ball 1. Britton last pitching on Sunday at Kansas City. Allowed 2 hits, 2 walks. Did not appear in the series in Toronto.
Might as well throw him another hook.
.96 and a foul tip for strike 3.
Well, he faked him out. Granderson looking breaking ball. Had to be looking breaking ball. You see the fastball right by Granderson for strike 3. That last whip was brought to you by Head and Shoulders. Had to be looking breaking ball.
First and second, 2 down here in the 9th. Ichiro Suzuki 0 for 4 in the game. Flied out to center, grounded out to second, struck out and reached on a fielder's choice. Runners go, throw to third base, and that's going to be off the glove of Holt, and reaching is Soriano. A double steal here for the Yankees with 2 outs in the 9th.
Yeah, the Yankees are getting cute even late in this game. Obviously they're up 7-3. They could take a chance, but if this ball's thrown anywhere near the bag, Soriano's out. Double steal, Alex following him.
So Soriano at third, Rodriguez at second, 2 down here in the 9th. Ichiro trying to pad this 4-run lead right now for New York.
Ooh.
That is up by his face.
Boy, you're looking breaking ball right there, trying to stay in, and he throws you a face piece. Look at this. My goodness. I don't want to hit anymore. That's it. I quit. That's frightening.
In again. And it is 2-1.
But you see the stuff. He's got some hump on his cheese, and a big breaking ball. It's almost too big.
Yankees have Soriano at third, Rodriguez at second, 2 down. Britton's 2-1. And that is in there for a strike. 94 on the outside corner. All that stuff inside, then he goes outside.
This kid's got the arm. Just need experience. You got to get out there.
Two. And a chopper back to Brent, waiting forever for it to come down. It does. The throw late, run scores. In the air forever, and when it comes down, Britton's throw to first is tardy. The Yankees get another run and take an 8-3 lead.
How many times you think Ichiro has done this in his career? The way he swings the bat, little chopper. That ball can't get down quick enough for Britton. He almost had to get in position to throw the ball better. But what are you going to do?
He can still move, can he?
Yep.
Now an RBI infield hit for Ichiro Suzuki. A-Rod takes third.
So the double steal pays off.
Yes. Mark Reynolds with a chance here. Homer back in the second inning. 1-4-4. Inside has Reynolds spinning out of the box.
You kind of wonder what Reynolds has been doing tonight. He went deep, hit 2 fly balls to right, one at the track that Victorino caught last inning. And you wonder, where's he been taking BP? I mean, he's ready, isn't he?
He's ready. Fouled straight back. Red Sox beginning the night with a 2-game lead over Tampa Bay. And the Rays and Blue Jays are tied up 4-4 in Tampa Bay in the ninth. It's 2 games between the Red Sox and Rays. One to Reynolds. In there for strike 2. Now that the Yankees have added another run, Jabba Chamberlain has started to warm. But as you mentioned, Rivera has not worked since Sunday, so perhaps they'd like to get him some work. One, two to Reynolds. And a fly ball foul down the left field line. Well, Advil is the official pain reliever of the Boston Red Sox and proud supporter of Volunteers. Go to Advil.com to find out about the Advil Relief in Action campaign. Yankees have scored a run here in the top of the 9th inning. Runners at first and third with 2 away. Up and away, 2-2.
Hasn't been an easy inning for Britton at all.
Up to 27 pitches in the inning. Not close, full count.
You hate to have any reliever go out there and throw 30 pitches in an inning.
Chris Stewart, the catcher, waiting on deck. 2 down here. Reynolds breaks his bat and sends it into left field for a base hit. From third base comes Alex Rodriguez, and the Yankees take a 9-3 lead. A couple of runs given up here by Drake Britton in the top of the 9th inning. Widen this lead for New York, and here comes Juan Nieves, the pitching coach.
You see a high breaking ball, 3-2 breaking ball. He doesn't crush this ball, but lifts it over the head. You saw a busted bat. He might have hit the end of the bat. Base hit over Drew's head for an RBI. Been a rough inning for him.
Red Sox baseball is brought to you in part by Grind's Coffee Pouches, the healthy alternative to tobacco for professional baseball. For more information and to get the product the Red Sox players use, visit getgrinds.com today. 2 on and 2 down with 2 runs in here for New York in the 9th inning. Chris Stewart, the batter. Here's strike 1. The Yankees up by 6 runs. Only Jabba Chamberlain is up in the pen right now.
They had more than enough time to change their mind and let Java get ready.
Line to right field, a base hit. Ichiro being waved around from second. Here comes the throw, and it will be not in time. Ball gets away. The Yankees get a 10th run, and it is 10-3 now, New York. That'll be a single for Chris Stewart and a 3-run ninth inning now for the Yankees.
Once again, fastball away. Good piece of hitting by Stewart. Doesn't try to do much with it. He's got a big hole right there out of the reach of a diving Pedroia. Ichiro, close play at the plate. Nava, a little 1-hop, 2-hop. Ichiro gets in. But once again, with 2 outs, he's off and running. You thought it was going to be, he was going to score easy at the plate, but they made it closer than you thought.
First and third, 2 outs in the inning. Brett Gardner, the batter. Gardner close to the plate from the left side, and he takes the breaking ball for strike 1. Look out. And another one high and tight.
Boy, he's thrown 2 of these. One to Ichiro and then another one right here to Gardner. This kid hasn't had one of these uncomfortable innings in his career thus far in the big leagues. This is it.
1-1 down and away. 34 pitches total thrown here by Drake Britton in the 9th inning.
Farrell's just trying to get him through this inning, but he's done. He's not pitching for a couple days after this.
Fouled back, 2-2. Gardner, the 8th member of the Yankees to bat here in the top half of the 9th inning. 3 of them have scored so far. Gardner strikes out, and that will end the inning. But the Yankees scored 3 times and take a 10-3 lead. Leah Hextall and Jamie Erdahl will recap tonight's game against the Yankees and have everything you need to know about the Patriots' second preseason game against Tampa Bay. All that and more comes your way immediately following our Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today. Well, not good news out of Tampa Bay. The Rays have defeated the Blue Jays 5-4 there tonight as that game has gone final. As the Red Sox here trail 10-3 coming to bat in the bottom of the ninth inning after 3 runs in the top of the ninth for New York. So this lead for the Red Sox top the American League East, maybe 1 game by night's end.
Right when you think you're going to get some breathing room, open it up a little bit, it just turns on you. Everything went so well for Tampa, then they lost 6 in a row, and now they're back in the mix.
Well, the Yankees bringing on Jabba Chamberlain here for the bottom of the ninth inning. Chamberlain's 34th appearance, 2-0, the 4.94 earned run average, 30 strikeouts to 15 walks, and opponent sitting at 291. Johnny Gomes, Stephen Drew, and Mike Napoli to bat here in the bottom of the ninth. Gomes with a single and an RBI in this game. He takes strike 1 from Jabba Chamberlain.
Jabba's still got that big arm for them, but he's sort of been lost in the shuffle out there. You haven't heard a lot about him. Got knocked around a little bit this year.
Began the season on the 15-day DL, recovering from the Tommy John surgery that he had in 2011.
He's had a lot of bad luck. Injury-wise, it's up and down for him his whole career.
Right ankle dislocation suffered in March of last year. Given up 4 earned runs in his last 14 appearances. Foul back. S&S Express, proud sponsors of the Red Sox, and during the season they donate $500 to the pediatric trauma program at Boston Children's Hospital for every home run hit by the Sox. To date, $63,000 has been donated. S&S Express committed to helping the cause. Johnny Gomes and Stephen Drew and Mike Napoli here in the ninth inning. Fly ball struck well to center field, sending Gardner back, but onto the dirt of the track. He makes the catch in front of the wall as Gomes gives it a ride, but he's the first out of the inning. One down for Stephen Drew. 1 for 390 double in the 7th inning. There's strike 1.
There was a time when Jabba, remember they had to corral him. Remember he was like this, the reliever. Rules. Yeah, remember? I mean, that was crazy. They'd be taking him out in the 4th inning, babying him, and then look what ends up happening. Eventually he gets hurt, not because of that, just because of really bad luck.
To go here with an 0-2. That's up and away. Drew not chasing. Word yesterday against the Angels, 33rd appearance of the year, 2 hits and a run, and a third of an inning worked. This is to right field and a base hit for Stephen Drew, his 2nd hit of the night. Well, don't forget, NESN's post-game coverage of the Sox begins right after the game with WB Mason Extra Innings Live. Jim and TC break down the highlights, and Jenny will bring you reaction from the players. WB Mason Extra Innings Live. You can't go wrong when you buy right. WB Mason. 1 out, 1 on. Mike Napoli coming up. is popped out, grounded out, and walked. In the dirt for ball one. Larry Rothschild back on the phone again.
Just in case.
In there for a strike, 1-1, just on the inside corner.
Boy, if he unbuttons another button, he's not going to have a shirt on, is he?
Swing and a miss. Got the slider on him, 1-2.
That was a nasty slider right here. It just starts to swing. This ball disappears. Not even close.
There is action now in the Yankees pen behind him. David Huff. Left-hander, right-hander. No, left-hander warming. Says right-hander, but I'm quite sure he's throwing left-handed. This is down to third. Eats up A-Rod. Got there in a hurry. Back to play it is Soriano. To third base goes Drew, and the throw to second not in time. Double for Mike Napoli, and it is second and third with one out here in the ninth.
I'll tell you what, he looked terrible to pitch before. Another slider that he leaves over the plate. This ball eats up A-Rod. He gets out of the way, doesn't even touch it. Really, that ball goes all the way to the wall, and he ends up with a double.
Slow to get up was Napoli there, second and third with one out.
There was some urgency to that dive into second base. He didn't want to get thrown out like Ortiz did earlier, and he just goes into a dive. It wasn't pretty at all, but he made it.
And Saltalamacchia takes ball one. Now the 3 runs the Yankees picked up in the top of the ninth inning looming large as the Red Sox have runners at second and third here with one out in the ninth. Fouled off to the left, 1-1.
These are rough innings in the bullpen. You know, you're sitting down there, and it goes from Mariano to you because they scored a ton of runs, and you got to get fired up and get in there and do it. It's not really an easy job. Everybody thinks just get them out. It's not a big deal. 7-run lead. Go get them. Come on. Bounce around. It's not that easy.
Outside 2-1. You forget that sitting up here. You know, you get the big lead. You say, just throw strikes. Let's go.
Doesn't it?
Let's do it.
I've been there. You know, I don't want that job. That's the worst job in the world. When you're down there, mop up innings.
Fly ball to left center field. Soriano from left calling and catching the second out. A throw to the plate, but nobody going as Drew remains at third. Napoli at second. 2 down. Are you a leader of a group of 20 or more? If so, a Red Sox game at Fenway Park is a perfect place for your next outing. Call 617-226-6835 and talk to the group ticket representative to plan the perfect trip to Fenway Park. And Brock Holt about to get his first at bat of the night. Took over defensively at third base after Middlebrooks was hit for in the 7th. There is strike one. Roki Kuroda matched up against John Lackey tomorrow. CC Sabathia and Ryan Dempster on Sunday night. Pitch outside, 1-1. Red Sox not able to do much tonight with Andy Pettitte. And the Yankees offense able to do some damage to Felix Dubron. Dubron would fall to 8-6, and Pettitte would better his record to 8-9.
I would swing the bat if anything's close right here.
1-2 pitch. Oh, fouls it off. Brock Holt did not have a hit on the trip. He was 0 for 13 the past road trip for the Red Sox.
Started off good for Holt, his Red Sox career, but since that time he hasn't been able to get it going.
Chamberlain's 22nd pitch, a 1-2. Holt fouls it back. Chamberlain throwing hard, 96 miles an hour.
Everything has to be just right for Chamberlain to get on that mound, doesn't it?
Takes him a little while.
It takes him a long time. Let's go. Bounce around.
The 1-2 in the dirt, knocked down by Stewart. Keeps it in front of him though. Jacoby Ellsbury waiting on deck, 2 down here in the 9th inning.
Seems like the Red Sox have scored 2 runs this inning. They haven't scored any.
Two pitch. Holt grounds it down the third base line, foul. Turning in a good at bat here against Jabba Chamberlain. And now the catcher Chris Stewart out to talk to Jabba Chamberlain. Two. He is outside for ball 3, full count. So maybe Jabba Chamberlain's last batter. Left-hander ready to go on the pen. Ellsbury on deck. 3-2 pitch. Holt will take the walk and head down to first base. And here comes Joe Girardi. So Chamberlain ends up throwing 26 pitches, and it will be his last batter. He's got the lefty ready to go on the pen. Red Sox have him loaded with 2 outs, and it's 10-3. W.B. Mason is the season's breakout player in the break room. Whether it's a candy bar, satisfy your sweet tooth, or a healthy snack to keep you in playing shape, W.B. Mason's new expanded selection of food and beverages has the bases covered. Who but W.B. Mason? 10-3. The Yankees have the lead over the Red Sox. 2 outs here in the 9th inning. And David Huff, the new pitcher for New York. 5th appearance without a record, a 13.50 earned run average. Opponent sitting at 444 against Huff. Called up from AAA Scranton on Thursday is Mariano Rivera up again throwing.
Always got to be ready. I'm telling you. 10-3 game, bases loaded.
2 outs here in the 9th inning. And Jacoby Ellsbury, the batter, singled in the 8th inning. 1 for 4 night. Ellsbury takes strike 1. So Jabba Chamberlain going 2/3 of an inning, giving him 2 hits. Walked a batter, did not strike anybody out.
It's painful watching him pitch.
Ellsbury fouls it off, and it's 0-2.
I mean, you don't expect him to get it and throw it and get it and throw it, but you have to have a better tempo than that, don't you?
Long time in between pitches.
I mean, we're not the Lone Rangers here. They've got to be painful for the players.
Just outside, 1-2. Daniel Nava waiting on deck. The 1-2 pitch. Fly ball foul down the left field line, out of play. Stephen Drew at third base, Mike Napoli at second base, Brock Holt at first with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. This was a 7-3 Yankees lead until the Yankees scored 3 times in the top of the 9th inning. Outside, 2-2.
Everybody's trying to paint.
Ellsbury chops it right side. Cano will go to first base, and the Yankees take game 1 of the series. So the Red Sox now just have a 1-game lead over the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays victorious tonight as the Yankees take this game 10-3. On a tough night from Fenway Park and a tough return for the Red Sox. And Tom Caron, not the way the Red Sox want to start this 3-game series.